Yeah, all of the voices in your head. All of them, we'll take it.
Happy Monday to you, and thank you, Expresso fam, for joining us for a feel-good morning, and it really will be in terms of music and food and even theatre. We're definitely ticking all the boxes today.
Yep, the panto is back. But before we get ahead of ourselves, so we're going to kick things off with internationally acclaimed cellist Carol Thorns. She has just released a beautifully moving rendition of Amazing Grace. I think it's going to be a piece that is going to stir the soul. It's going to move us. There might be a tear or two. Did we shift Christmas a little bit early? It kind of feels like we're wrapping up the year, which is okay. If everyone wants to call it, we can do that.
2025 done.
Yeah, but that's beautiful.
I love that. Then we're heading into the world of panto, as Gray mentioned, as Kickstart Theatre brings its award-winning magic to Cape Town with the debut of Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yay.
Now, it goes down at the Baxter, and it definitely is for the whole family to enjoy. Look at that. That's cute.
I got a son called Jack. I'm just saying, this is the stars are aligning. Likewise, if you're thinking of your kids right now and they're handy in the kitchen, we've got Tastemaster Junior contestant Afton Matthys. He's going to show off his, or her skills rather, with a fiery and flavor-packed spicy red pepper and tomato pasta. When we say fiery, she is quite fiery.
I think we mean Afton, yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling this one is we're gonna get a bit of glisten.
I can't wait for that.
A bit of Monday morning glow, but it's okay.
If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen, Gray, is all I'm saying. All right, that is it on our Feel Good Breakfast Show. The menu is being served, and we hope that you will enjoy. But first things first, let's head down the social media streets.
And speaking of getting out of the kitchen, if you can't handle the heat, this is the question we are putting to you guys today. We wanted to know which proudly South African dish should be every junior Tastemaster's first big challenge. How do they earn their stripes as a chef here in South Africa? Is it even in the kitchen? Could it be around a fire, possibly by the braai? What is that one thing? Is it a milk tack? Is it a breakfast porridge? Whatever it is, we want to know. Let us know on our social streets, as Carissa said, and you can spend the next 3 hours there. So much amazing content that our social media team is serving up for you just this morning. So please start that conversation, and as always, hashtag Expresso Show whenever you are talking about us. So we know we want to stay connected. We're going to give you a few talking points right now. In fact, as we get into the news and sporting headlines after a busy weekend.
Well, let's get started with your national news with 2 minutes after 6 o'clock, where two South African engineers, Peter Shane Huxman and Frederick Potgieter, are back home after spending more than 2 years in prison in Equatorial Guinea. Now arrested in 2023 on unfounded drug charges while working for Dutch oil firm SBM Offshore, they were sentenced to 12 years, though a UN group later deemed their detention unlawful. After sustained diplomatic efforts, they received a presidential pardon and arrived to a warm welcome at Lanseria Airport on Saturday. International Relations Minister Ronald Lamola thanked all involved, including the families and SBM. In other news in the country, KwaZulu-Natal's north coast is set for major transformation with the 6 billion rand Sibaya Coastal Precinct, a mixed-use development expected to create over 70,000 jobs in 5 years. Located between Umhlanga and Umdoti, it includes residential, commercial and tourism infrastructure with green spaces and sustainable planning. Launched by Premier Thammasang Ntuli, the project signals strong investor confidence and is set to attract local and international funding. Government aims to support this growth by improving infrastructure, cutting red tape and tackling crime to boost investment and job creation. In your international news making headlines, 3 people died and dozens were injured at Algiers' July Stadium after a barrier collapsed when fans surged forward to celebrate MC Algiers' league title win. Now, the incident occurred just after the final whistle, with supporters falling from the upper to the lower stand when a security barrier collapsed. More than 70 people were treated in hospital, most of whom were later discharged. Players and staff from MC Alger visited the hospitals to donate blood to the injured. Meanwhile, Iran has threatened to strike U.S. bases in the Middle East after Washington claimed its bunker-bustling airstrikes devastated Iran's nuclear program. The attacks came after an earlier Israeli bombing campaign, raising fears of broader conflict. An advisor to Iran's supreme leader warned that any country aiding the U.S. would be considered a legitimate target. President Trump said the strikes removed Iran's nuclear threat, while U.S. officials cautioned that full damage assessments were ongoing. Iran's leadership responded defiantly, with President Pezeshkian vowing that America would face serious consequences. And closing off here with South Africa's Tyler dazzled at the 2025 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards in Santa Monica over in the US, hosting the slime-filled spectacle with grace and groove while scooping the favorite global music star Africa award. The 23-year-old Grammy winner led an electrifying Best of Summer Dance opener that's alongside DJ Benny Blanco and surprise guest Smurfette before getting delightfully drenched in signature slime. That was a full-circle moment for Tyler, who once auditioned for Nickelodeon as a child. She beat global contenders from 6 regions and joined big winners like Sabrina Carpenter. Now, with over 30 international awards now to her name, Tyler's KCA's debut cemented her status as a vibrant force in global pop culture. Oh, we absolutely love seeing our girls shine, and that is where we leave your 6 o'clock news. We'll head into some sporting details right now with Gray.
Thank you so much. Let's start with a little bit of cricket. Not the best news from our perspective, but what a performance from West Indies skipper Hayley Matthews. She produced a match-winning half-century to secure a 6-wicket win over the Proteas women and levelled their T20 International Series 1 apiece. So chasing just 114, Matthews struck a very composed 63 not out off 56 balls as her side crossed the line in that final over. So the Proteas are struggling with the bat, managing just 113 for 6 in their 20 overs, with Annerie Dirksen 21 not out off 17, and then Nadine de Klerk 20, the only notable contributors. Now let's turn to the shorter format of rugby now. In Blitzbok A, head coach Philip Snyman praised his team's efforts after they claimed the Rugby Africa Sevens Cup with a 26-12 win over Madagascar in yesterday's final in Port Louis. So the Blitzbok A team, they defeated Uganda 26-0 in the quarterfinals and then edged out our neighbours Zimbabwe 19-12 in the semis. Now it's all heating up on grass as we approach the next big Grand Slam. But let's head to Queens as Carlos Alcaraz defeated Yeri Lasheka 7-5, 6-7, 6-2 to win his second Queens Club title, extending his unbeaten run now to 18 matches. The world number 2 unleashed 33 winners and 18 aces in the 2-hour clash. And with 5 titles already in 2025, the very much in form Spaniard looks primed for a serious Wimbledon challenge as he eyes more grass-court glory and seems very much on track. Now let's get back onto the track and on 2 wheels. This time as Marc Marquez stormed to Italian MotoGP glory at Mugello, completing a perfect weekend with wins in both the sprint and main race. So battling his brother Alex and Ducati teammate Francesco Bagnaia, Marquez took the lead on lap 9 to secure his 5th win of the 2025 stanza, and he now leads the championship by 40 points in what is proving to be a stellar debut for Ducati this season. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We're going to focus on some slightly younger sporting stars. Trust me, you're going to want to remember their names once we introduce you. They are very special and, of course, celebrate the power of sport on Youth Month. But right now, of course, the foot of a brand new week. Let's get the weather in.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Let's get into that first bit of weather news, where just as the Western Cape dries off from last week's chilly soaking, an even stronger cold front is heading in. The South African Weather Service warns that from Wednesday into Thursday, the Western and Northern Cape will face bitterly cold, wet and windy weather. Now, heavy rain, strong interior winds, gale force gusts, as well as along the coast, rough seas and light snowfall on high ground are all expected. Small stock farmers and residents are urged to take precautions. So bundle up with warm blankets and hot water bottles. The winter holidays are kicking off with a freezing start. Well, let's get into the sunrise view of this hour, and representing KZN in a way that I haven't seen in a while, Port Shepstone looking stunning through the eyes of Catherine this morning. Absolutely gorgeous. I imagine you taking your morning walk on the beach with your warm cup of coffee, Catherine, just enjoying a new day as Monday greeted you saying hello, and here's 23 degrees for you to enjoy. Absolutely gorgeous way to kickstart the morning. If you'd like to share yours too, though, 063 036 9649 is that number to snap away away with, whether there's a body of water in front of you or not. We welcome all images on our WhatsApp line. For now, though, let's head into your temperatures for this Monday.
I'm going to try and keep the glib comments to myself. It is getting cold out there. We are aware, so we're going to keep you nice and warm for the next 3 hours.
Absolutely. That picture was enough, I think, to just make us feel like, yes, Monday is off to a good start.
I like the backstory you gave of
She
Catherine.
is taking a walk with a warm cup of coffee, maybe hot chocolate, and just saying, hello, Monday.
There it is. You have to be walking with a cup of coffee, taking a photo like that. It's just sharing too much love and vitality and energy. And that's how we want to start our day, which is why we have brought in the Santa Kraal Young Stars Footballing Club. I'm going to say it with some impact, some gravitas, because these guys are going to make their mark. We love the power of sport, especially over Youth Month, and we're going to explore that.
Speaking about Youth Month, ABS is also backing our youth when it comes to that Red Hill Fest. We heard all about it a week or two ago, and now we see it all in action. Our very own Ayala Gitabeto went on the ground to see the magic, so we'll get into that in just a little.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. I'm so nervous right now. You don't understand, because the power of my job is about to come to bear. The best thing about this job is I get to introduce you to young talent. Then a few years later, I get to introduce that young talent kicking down barriers, discovering amazing things in their life. A few years later, I'll be there interviewing them as they get their call up to the national team. That's how this algorithm works. And as we celebrate Youth Month, we are shining a spotlight on the power of sport to uplift, to unite, to inspire us all. And in just 5 months, the Vasanta Kral Young Stars United FC club has grown from 4 boys just kicking a ball around to a fully registered club with 58 passionate young players. And this grassroots initiative is more than just football. It's a movement that's nurturing untapped talent and building a stronger community in Cape Town. Every box ticked. And joining us in studio are the club's incredible founder, Lizelle Kameri, along with some players, Hlumile Skisazana, Joshua Meyer, Reese Mavunga, and Azola Mzaka. Young stars who are proving that big dreams start at this level. Can we give them a big round of applause? And I finally have a live studio audience, because the rest of the team is in the background. You guys are our live studio audience. You are amazing, Lizelle. You are wonderful.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, from just a couple of boys kicking a ball around to what is surrounding us now. Why? How did this all begin?
Well, I'm still absorbing everything. I mentioned, you said I'm the founder. I'm not the founder, I'm the co-founder. It just happened, I've got a special needs son,
okay,
age 17, and I was looking for something for him to enroll into, like a sport, you know, that can, just some sense of belonging, because he loves kids and, you know, is very active.
It's part of life. You need that connection.
And
yeah.
I came across different silos in Vasanta Kral of boys playing soccer everywhere. On every field, there's always a group of a team with a coach or a team leader or something. And then I came to this particular grounds one day, and I asked them, who's your coach? I want to enroll my son. And they said, Auntie, we don't have a coach. Can Auntie be our coach?
We are the coach, yeah.
Yes, and that's where it all started. And I think the excitement for my son said, Mom, did you hear what they said? They want you to be the coach. And I thought, well, if my son is going to be part of the club, I might as well, you know, get involved. But I didn't expect the growth.
That's a typical mom thing to say. I might as well get involved. And then 3 months later, we've got a fully fledged football team with the most incredible energy around it. Hlumile.
Yes.
There we go. I can see you're about to sing us a song, man. You are ready with that microphone in your hand. I love the energy that you guys have. How does it feel when you put on that kit? How does it feel when you connect with this team, man?
It feels like I'm teaching my team of becoming a pro footballer.
And that's the goal, right?
That's the goal.
And now you can start seeing it. What position do you play?
I'm a goalkeeper.
Sure. And he said that with a lot of fire in the eyes, eh? And he's going to be a goalkeeper. Undoubtedly, I like that, because we have a history of producing amazing goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Azola, next to us here. How do you enjoy being a part of this team right now? Because it looks like there is a lot of good energy here. You guys care about each other. But for you, what's it like being a part of this team?
Being part of the team has been great to me, because I'm the captain of the team, and I need to lead the team against everything we face. So being the captain of the team has been an honor to me, and I'm not scared to face anything, and I'm going to lead them anyway and any time.
I can see it, but you chilling. Everyone else is nervous. You're just chilling on the couch. You're like ready to
He's
take
the
it on.
captain.
And you must be the captain. What do you say to yourself? What do you say to them when things are going wrong, when you're getting beaten, when it's that tough training session? How do you motivate yourself?
I tell myself, like, if you believe in it, you can achieve it.
And this is proof.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for you, the validation. I know the performances are great. Seeing them grow as a footballing team is great. But when you see this kind of maturation, when you see young boys becoming young men, how does that validate what you're doing?
Well, the reward is there. I mean, there's not much that I needed to do. I told them they are
Whatever.
the products. So everything revolves around, they are actually doing 90% of everything. They want to be there, they have the hunger, and behind us is a great team. There's some other moms, there's other people involved, it's not just myself. But I have seen the transformation. I'm a personal development girl. I believe in the 1% growth. And I think also over the 2 years, I've managed 2-3 years to train my brain, unlearn habits. And this was a great way for me to put my transformation to use. So now the same tools that I've learned to transform my life is what I invest in them.
And they're learning from a working model, not from you telling them. They're seeing you transform your own life through this process, which has got to be amazing. I just want to touch with Joshua. You look like you are ready to take it. Am I talking to the right Joshua? There
Yes.
you go. What position do you play, bud?
Defender.
Defender. What does it take to be a part of this team? When you walk onto that field, how do you feel? What do you think you have to do to make your mark with these awesome players on that field?
For me, it's like being a defender, to protect the goalkeeper. When I walk on the field, I'm in my happy place right now.
I love that, bro. You don't look so happy right now. You've got a defender's face, which I love, bro. I would imagine there are strikers who are terrified to see this face and to try and get past it in a crunch moment. Let's get one last comment we've got Reese at the back there. Reese, you've got a smiling, happy face, my friend, which says maybe you play on the wing, you don't get a lot of action, you chilled. No. What position do you play?
I play centre defensive midfielders.
Sure, you got some really strong defensive, and I like the fact that there's a leadership group in there. How do you feel about your brothers when you're on that field? To be a part of this team, to see each other play so hard for each other, how does that feel?
I feel great and happy. When we work together, it makes the dream work.
It really does, clearly. I look forward to interviewing all of you when you take the next step in your careers and this is not lip service. That's how it works in TV land. If you have landed on this couch or just behind it, because often the defense has to stand behind while the others take all the kudos, you guys are in that conversation, and I cannot wait to see you take the next step. This is how we celebrate Youth Month.
Thank you so much.
Absolute genius. And of course, we'll keep the details of the club up on our social media so you can show some love if you want to make donations, if you want to support a good thing. This is where you invest.
I'll just echo Reese there and say, yes, teamwork does make the dream work. And when you consider the youth of today are tomorrow's change makers, this Youth Month, it's obvious that we would partner with our friends over at ABSA and that they would partner with Red Hill School to bring Redfest 2025 to life. Now, it's a dynamic celebration of youth-led art, not only that culture, but also entrepreneurship. And Ayanda G. Tebeta joined the ABSA team to spotlight young South Africans and also remind them that your story matters. So let's dive right in.
This Youth Month, ABSA partners with Red Hill School to bring Redfest 2025 to life. A celebration of arts, culture and entrepreneurship, all to remind young South Africans that we see your story and it matters. What does it mean for your business to be a part of Redfest this year, and what does that platform mean for local entrepreneurs?
It means just being able to be included in the art space, also to have the opportunity to collaborate with other artists, also just to give the exposure and the growth. So it's one platform that we know that artists from different perspectives in life come together. So it's just very nice to be recognized into that space. We have different products. So we have our DIY. So this is actually very great because then you get to take it home. You can even use it here in the space. So everything that you need to create a coaster, then you get to let your creative side out. And we always have our famous coasters that are definitely unique to your space because we handcraft everything. So each coaster comes with its own pattern. So most of our products, we pride ourselves that they're multi-purpose to fit your space, uniquely yours.
I make leather bags, custom made to be more specific. I use raw leather, and a customer tells me what they want, and I make it for them.
So
exciting to be part of the Redfest festival. I mean, I'm going to meet new clients and actually bringing my brand and introducing my brand to the masses. So it's very exciting. I'm learning a lot and getting more feedback on my product, which actually helps us better innovate and iterate what we're offering. I believe that Ilanga Coils is literally the definition of creativity. I believe we're first creative with the ingredients that we use, incorporating African ingredients, and then we also mix that with cosmetic science. This is just a beautiful result to growing your hair and having it full like this.
As we move along from the inspiring stories of young entrepreneurs, let's head to the heart of Redfest, where artists and guests alike bring those same values to life through creativity, expression, and connection. Ryan, what has been the highlights of Redfest for you this year?
Well, I suppose the highlight of Redfest has been the live music. It's been a lot of fun. Nice to get out with the kids and hear some live music. So I think that events like this are so important for young South Africans, especially the music. I think that it's nice that they get to perform in front of crowds, especially while they're developing their brand.
As somebody who has become an art lover, I've experienced seeing the art. It's been so beautiful, meeting people with beautiful energy. Everybody's been so happy today. Sign me up any day.
My highlight has been the artworks. They've been amazing to look at, beautiful. I need to get myself one. And the music has been great. Really enjoying it so much.
Why do you think platforms or events like this should exist for young South Africans?
I matriculated in 2018 and I did not pursue art as I would have loved to because there wasn't this type of platforms available. So the fact that it is available for youngsters gives them an opportunity to actually delve into their passions.
Youth Month may just be a moment in the calendar for most, but for ABSA and young South Africans, it is a lasting movement. When we say we see your story, we mean it, and we back it by action.
Can I just say, can Ayanda Gitabete and young Kyle just slow down with the fashion on these inserts? It's becoming a thing now that you've got to get like unbelievably well dressed up. Okay, no, we love it, and you've got to answer like for like. So when you're going to plug into that kind of creativity, you best show up.
Absolutely.
So well done to the Redfest 2025, showing the power of youth in action.
And big ups to ABSA for supporting and celebrating their voices, their ideas, and of course their stories.
Well, speaking of the power of youth, we got the Santa Kraal young stars in studio. They're going to take us through what they do, how they drill those basic moves, because clearly they've got that baseline down, doing big things in football.
Yes, I can't wait to see that. And then to reward ourselves or them, I'm not sure who's going to get involved, but we'll get into a delicious recipe in the kitchen. It's all about the soups, okay? It is that season for it. And this time around, we're doing a red Thai curry, but then we're adding some protein in, some chicken to just top it all off. And I can't wait to get into that chat and find out why soup really is the girl she thinks she is.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. For Santa Kraal, young stars are here at the footballing club making massive, massive moves. And Lekona is here to take us through some of those moves. He's going to drill his team now to show you the kind of, I suppose, mode they get into when they train. And you guys are very serious about your football. I love that. But that means that we obviously train really hard. How often do you guys train? What's your training regime like?
We usually train 2 days a week, yes,
right.
from 2 hours. That's 2-hour sessions.
And you push, and we're going to push right now. So you can take me through what you do. Explain to me how you would get into one of your drills. Warm us up, if you will.
It's just a rondo drill.
Okay.
There's 4 outside the box, then 1 in the box.
Okay.
Then the 1 in the box is gonna mark the balls, so we're gonna chase the ball around us.
Go for it. This studio has never seen footballing skills quite like this.
Perfect.
And that's largely due to us. Oh, nice. Nice. And listen, if we can do ballet in the studio, we can play football in the studio, all right? Like a well-oiled machine. Oops. Don't want to have my legs taken out. Did you just get nutmegged on national TV, dude? I'm not going to say. Nice. And of course, you can hear Lizelle's beautiful voice in the background. Oh. Yes. Okay, so there's a bit of swag, there's a bit of style. I like that. So how does this help you get into that footballing kind of mindset? Why do you do a drill like this?
So that you can trust your brothers, because we are a team here. So you can pass even if he's close. If he has asked the ball, just give him the ball.
All right, so you've got to be able to operate on a snap. I like that. Can you show us something else?
Just take touches.
Touch and pass.
Just space, touch and pass. Quick.
I like it. All about the soft touch. Oh, and there's a lot of focus in these young men. There's one in every team. And then if you're going to be stepping it up a gear and you're going to be turned this way, Shane, to get into that mindset for a match, what do you guys do before the match to kind of get your laser focus, to get the head in the game, to get the body warmed up? What do you normally do before a big game?
We just wrap up and tell each other that you must believe in yourself. Every game, there's a win or a lose. So everything happens where you do it as a team.
You ride together, you go down together. I absolutely love that, man. Now that I've got you here and we've put you on the spot, my friend, when you look around and you see your teammates around you, you're here on national TV doing amazing things at the moment. How do you feel about these boys that you play with?
I'm very excited for them. I'm very excited for us all, because we started at a very young age of playing soccer, so I believe in them. I also believe in our club.
Oh, man, there's a lot of belief in this club, dude, and every individual. And Lizelle, can we get, seeing as I've got a live studio audience, a round of applause for Santa Cruz Young Stars. If you want to invest in the transformative power of sport, this is where you place that money. And I'm being absolutely serious. If you want to see big changes this youth month, invest in the youth. Absolutely love it, guys. Well done.
Yes, those round of applause will resound right here in the kitchen too. And as a reward, let's get into something delicious. Now, whether it's a side or a main event, soup is one of the easiest ways to dress up any winter dinner menu. And when it comes to last-minute meals, well, Woollies' selection of pantry soups are perfect for adding richness to just about any casserole or even stew. And that is exactly why we brought in food stylist and cook Kanya Mzungwana to share a delicious Thai chicken recipe curry chicken soup. Oh my gosh, I said chicken like 5 times there. I can't wait to get into this. Welcome back, Kanya. Thank you for bringing the soup and having that agenda be alive and well. What are we making today?
Today we're using a long life soup from Woollies. It's Thai red curry soup. I just had to look at the labels to make sure. Thai red curry soup, which we're enriching with some coconut milk, and it's going to get some chicken, and it's going to get some crispy, spicy chicken skin.
So thank you for saying that, because I'm looking in front of me right now, and all I'm seeing is
weird
the
raw
outer
chicken
parts of the chicken. Okay, so that's going to crisp up nicely in the air fryer. In fact, I'm going to do that while you tell me a little bit more about why this is so good for somebody on the go. Because Woollies has a couple of selections of soups, right?
Yes, they are fresh soups.
Yeah.
And then there are the long life soups. And what sets them apart is that the long life soups are basically unperishable. Is that a word?
Non-perishable?
Non-perishable, exactly. So you can keep them in the pantry for as long as they'll allow, and they're just so quick. They're so quick to put together. You don't even have to do the song and dance that I'm doing right now. You can literally just have it as is.
And you just heat it up on the stove or in the microwave even?
Even in the microwave,
Even in the
exactly.
microwave.
That's why it's so quick. It's so good that way.
Oh, I love this. So wait, Kanya, am I doing the right thing? I'm just putting the chicken skin in there.
Do you know what I do?
Tell
I
me.
stretch the chicken skin out over the surface.
Okay. You know what? Maybe I needed to do it like this. So you stretch him out.
Yes, just so that...
Oh, this feels
they,
crazy.
because they shrink back, you know, in the air fryer.
Okay.
And then not only that, we are also doing a little bit of spicy seasoning, which I totally love. I never, ever go without it. If you're listening.
So we are actually eating the crispy chicken skin on top. It's not just for decor.
It is not just for decor. This is one of the most delicious things that you can eat in life.
Interesting. So we'll throw that in. I assume because it is the skin, it's got some fat on it, so we don't need to put oil.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
Exactly.
So let's get into this. I'll put it at about 180 for 15 minutes. Is that good?
That's perfect.
Amazing. All right, so you've got some chicken going here as well.
Yes,
Adding
I
in that
do.
protein.
Yes.
Would you recommend any other protein, or are we sticking to the basics?
You know what? Strips of beef would also be really good. Strips of beef. Oh my gosh. Prawns.
Oh,
fish.
Yes, like a white fish.
And you can just pop the fish straight in. You don't even have to cook it beforehand.
Because it takes not even that long.
Exactly. And then you can flake it beautifully.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Okay, I also want you to find out what your favorite one is. Is it this Thai curry? Is that the one you usually go for?
I chose it because it is my favorite. I often go for the fresh soups, but the long life, the broccoli one is simply like my favorite. I just add a little bit of feta cheese to it, and it's done.
Girl, even some bacon in there would be so delicious.
Never thought of that.
No, you must. Next time, please. Add
Never thought
bacon
of
bits
that.
in there too. I love soup. I consider myself a soup connoisseur, so this is right up my alley. Last week we made one with dumplings in it, and it was also like a Thai coconut-based soup. It was fantastic. I can't wait to get into the goodness of this, but I love the convenience of the cans as well. The fact that you said it's non-perishable, we can keep it in our cupboards for the next season if we need to as well.
Right.
Right? I'm not mistaken in saying that.
But soup is for every season, though, isn't it?
Oh.
As a soup connoisseur, you should be able to eat it all round.
Right, in summer.
In winter, exactly.
In spring and in autumn. Even I know they got cold soups like gazpacho, like that cold tomato soup. My goodness. Okay, so heartening it up, we're definitely adding some chicken. I'm seeing, what is this?
This is toasted coconut. Toasted coconut.
Whoa, can I smell that?
How good. I toasted it a little bit, or I actually fried it in a tiny bit of olive oil.
Yeah.
But right now, we're gonna add our hero.
Yes, please. I'm gonna wash my hands in the meantime.
Yes.
No salmonella over here.
Listen, and the cool thing is you just add it. It's already the perfect consistency. I like to shake the can a little bit.
Yep.
But
look, can I smell too? I'm such a smeller.
I'm such a smeller.
Oh, that's nice.
There is that coconut and a little bit of bite from the chili as well. So you're just going to throw that in there.
And wait, there's some veggies in there as well.
There are some veggies. This is a... Thank you so much.
Oh.
This is a really, really rich and beautiful soup. And this is just the consistency that I enjoy. I like a drinkable soup.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Mustn't be too thick.
Yes, I like something brothy. So this is really great. And if you want it to be a little bit thicker, you can cook it down.
Okay.
And just reduce it a little bit.
Yeah.
But this is just perfect to
as
me.
is. So did you say you add in coconut milk, but you don't need to add coconut milk? Is that what you mentioned?
You don't need to add it. I am adding some on top as a little...
the top, like once it's done?
Once it's done, yes. So coconut milk doesn't need to be cooked contrary to popular belief.
Okay.
It can be a topper. Well, that's how I like to have it.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I love the different toppings you have because the lime along with the coconut is going to be such a nice zesty flavor.
Yes, 100%.
My goodness. And then the coriander, obviously, we can't skip out on that.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Do you want to roughly chop some of that coriander?
I would love to.
Amazing.
You know, I add coriander to everything. Wait, did we cut the chicken with this or the almonds?
Let me rinse this. We cut the chicken with this. We cut
Let me
the
just grab
chicken.
another knife. I don't want to risk anything. Okay. Wrong drawer. I got you. Okay. Let's use a different
can you believe that it's already time to dish up?
Already?
Already.
Amazing.
We
well,
didn't
I'm
even-
ready for you too. I've learned
Your
chef
knife
skills. Look at that. Okay.
Your knife skills are incredible.
Let me not get the sleeves involved.
I'm going to grab this. I'm going to put it right over here.
Beautiful.
And then we're just going to dish up really quickly.
Oh, I love. Wait, so as a product developer, do you ever get tired of trying different recipes and trying different soups?
Absolutely. This is, for me, the spice of life. I'm so lucky I get to do this. I really, really am. I know how blessed I am.
Yes.
So
it sounds like the best job, honestly.
I don't get tired. I do not get tired. Okay, this handle is hot.
That's, use one of these. That smells absolutely incredible, Kanya. Why do you think people should include this in their groceries when they go shopping?
Because it's just so convenient, you know, and it's a type of convenience, especially when you have little ones and everyone wants food and they want it right now. You know, it's just so perfect for that.
Absolutely.
And they taste good.
It tastes good, it smells good. You don't even need the additions, but that is exactly what we're doing today. And there you have it, soup season made easy. Now you can find this recipe on expressoshow.com. Just grab soup, grab some extras if you want, and then call dinner absolutely done. And you can shop fresh, prepared, or canned soup at Woolworths, of course available in-store, online, and on the app as we decorate our soup. It looks magnifique. Congratulations, Kaya.
Thank
I think all that's left is this. This is my contribution to the dish.
Yes, 100%. And my contribution is this crispy chicken skin, which I'm just going to crumble right over.
Oh, that crunch.
Because we can't waste any.
We can never. We eat every single part of the chicken. That's how we respect it and enjoy the goodness of soup. Good job. That looks stunning, girl.
Thank you. Now let's
We'll be
dig
back
in.
after this. Oh.
Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow-up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand, complete with premium Caesarstone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by ABSA. Head to your nearest Easy Life kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now listen, we have chatted about everything today, but let's get into a beautiful woman that I'd love to introduce to you. Carol Thorns is a renowned South African electric cellist who has long celebrated for her visionary performances and genre-defying projects. Now her latest release is such a beautifully moving piece, and it's a rendition of Amazing Grace that strikes a deeply personal chord. Created in the wake of profound personal loss, this piece is both a tribute and an offering of comfort to those also navigating grief. So let's take a look at this before we get to know the woman behind the music. Come on, let's give her a feel-good welcome. That was stunning. It put us in such a great mood coming off of the weekend, getting into something familiar, but also your touch on it. First of all, how are we doing this morning?
I'm good, thank you.
You
It's
good?
lovely to be here.
Yes, and you look so stunning. Thank you for showing up to the occasion as you do. But Amazing Grace, let's chat about this. A timeless piece, but you put your touch on it. Tell me more about why you chose it and what you did a bit differently.
Well, I feel a little bit like it chose me because last year it was just 2024 was not my year.
Yeah.
And somehow playing the cello and specifically playing this piece that was composed 250 years ago just brought me joy again and helped me through such a difficult time. And then the last thing I did before Christmas last year was to record it. And then this year, obviously, did my music video with all the candles.
Yeah.
And the effect of this piece on people has been so profound. I was blown away. So in a way, something beautiful has come out of a really difficult time.
Yeah.
And that's my story of Amazing Grace.
Well, music is so healing. And I think even so many years ago when the song was created, it almost feels like it comes from a place of knowing. Because when I sing it, because we all sang it growing up, you know, it definitely brings you back to that. But that beautiful, the visuals that we're seeing now, 800 candles looking absolutely stunning and also fighting against the elements to make sure that you can deliver what you need to deliver. What did that night symbolize for you?
Well, you know, it looks very serene, but it was not because there was a gale force wind and the 800 candles kept on being blown out. So I had a lot of friends to help light the candles. But what was incredible was I've done a lot of music videos and shoots and that, and you know what it's like. There's always noise and chatter and stuff going on. And for that video, it was just dead quiet. And I played that song over and over for hours, and people just, no one in the team said a word. And for me, it's almost like closure on this period of my life and a real tribute to my mom and dad who loved music. And, you know, when I was little, my mom used to drive 5 hours to take me to a cello lesson because we lived in a little dorpy miles away from a cello teacher. And I think only when you become a parent yourself do you realize how much your folks do for you. And yeah, so that night meant so much to me because it was something like a snapshot of my life at that time and something I can look back on and be proud of that it's also helped other people through their loss.
And I'm glad you said that because, yes, you did take something so personal and put it out like artists do for the rest of us to also relate to that, you know, and enjoy. And I'm glad that people could also share in that story with you. How has your relationship with your instrument evolved over the years?
Well, it's interesting because you were mentioning the electric cello earlier, and I have so many fun projects with the electric instrument and that. And this is really a nod back to my classical roots because I started as a 7-year-old playing the acoustic classical cello.
Right.
And I love all my electric cello projects and that, but for this, at this point in my life, I just wanted to go back to my music heritage in a way, and to play an old piece on my this old instrument.
Yeah.
And actually the cello itself is made by an amazing cello maker, a luthier here in Cape Town.
Sure.
And the cello is called Kulingile, and it was made for me. I'm very tall, so slightly bigger than other instruments, and that cello, well, the luthiers subsequently become very famous in the world. So I'm very lucky to have that instrument.
I absolutely love that for you, girl. You must put that in a museum one day when all things are said and done. Performing in a bubble. Tell me a bit more about this. Is it quite literally a bubble?
It is quite literally a bubble. So my husband's an architect, and he designed a 3-meter high and a tall bubble for me to perform in, and we've done this all over the world. I've played in Iceland, I've played in Dubai, in the UK and all that, and it's a really beautiful project. And for some reason, being in a bubble, people just, they're blown away. They take photos, the phones come out, and it's a really special, fun, amazing visual element to add to the music.
I like this. Partner work. Teamwork makes the dreamiest of pieces of work, and we can't wait to get into your dreamy piece in a bit. Amazing Grace. I mean, Carol looks the part, and I'm telling you, she's going to sound just as good. So don't go anywhere, Expresso fam. In just a bit, we get to enjoy the goodness that she has brought for us today.
You know how many people went, that's where I've seen her, in the bubble. Now I remember. You will remember when you hear the sounds coming from that now famous cello. Absolutely love having Carol here. And yes, maybe the Game of Thrones theme there gave it away. Winter is upon us. But don't worry, when it comes to winter, a little coziness goes a very long way. And our own Carissa knows cozy, okay? And she knows where to find it. She headed to the Crazy Store at Canal Walk to stock up on some seriously fun and, yes, functional as well, winter essentials. So let's see what caught her eye.
From fleece-lined slippers to fluffy blankets, hot water bottles and microwavable heat pads, when the temperature drops, we reach for our comforts, don't we? Which is exactly why we're out at the Crazy Store to see exactly what we can pick up when the chill kicks in. When I think about winter, 4 letters just pop up. S-O-U-P, soup. Specifically, my mom's soup. As soon as the rain starts falling, I can hear a beautiful pot of soup being boiled on the stove. And also just the warmth of my family. We would always gather around, just making sure that we're keeping each other warm, essentially. Now, when it comes to the Crazy Store, we already know that variety is the name of the game. And they've got so many options when it comes to the winter essentials. I'm talking about slippers of every shade and every texture. The best part, they're lined with fleece. So this, I'm adding to cart. When it comes to staying warm and comfy, my feet have to be covered, so cozy socks are always a must-have. And then I also just make sure that I have something warm with me at all times. I'm a big tea girly. Well, now that I have my slippers, we obviously have to get gloves to match. Can you imagine me kitted out for winter? And I'm feeling to go with the pink theme. This option right here, definitely so many snuggly bits. And the best part is that you can still type on your phone, take your selfies, and make sure that your hands are warm. Now, technically, I already have a built-in beanie, big hair, don't care. But on those early Saturday mornings when I'm running errands or just chilling around the house, this is my go-to to protect my ears and my face from the icy cold. I feel like those people that don't love winter are just not doing it right. Winter can be a fantastic time of cuddles and coziness. You just have to be prepared. So grab yourself your water bottle, grab yourself your heater, grab yourself all the snacks that you need, your favorite program of fireplace, and make sure that you're doing winter in the best way. A hot water bottle for me is an absolute non-negotiable, especially when it gets a little bit chilly. So whether you're a traditional guy or gal and love the hot water bottle over here, or the modern take with the rechargeable hot water bottle, the Crazy Store has got your whole body covered. If I had to choose between a microwavable heat pad and a rechargeable bottle, I'm going with the latter. I love the fact that I can plug it in along with my phone, and once they're both charged up, I'm in bed scrolling, but keeping warm. Now, when it comes to the rain, the Crazy Store has literally got you covered in a range of umbrellas for kids as well as adults in all the different colors, so we can all be singing in the rain. All I need now is a blanket to match my vibe. Thank you.
I'm a one blanket per room person. Who's got time to only have one that you're carrying with you everywhere? If I'm in the lounge, a blanket's waiting for me. If I go back to my room, there are at least 3 blankets waiting for me in there. Winter memories for me are core memories. I remember moments before putting on my jersey for high school or primary school, we would always use the heater to warm it up, or even like the tumble dryer. And then I also remember opaque stockings that we used to layer on to make sure that we're warm. And then of course, my mom's soup. Her barley soup, her Sam soup, her vegetable soup, especially with chicken necks, would always be the best. Have a warm blanket with you and a cup of soup, you're good to go. From blankets to hot water bottles, there are so many ways to keep warm this winter. So make sure that you grab all of your cozy essentials. So when you feel the chill settle in, head to the Crazy Store.
Come in with a little, leave with a lot. The Crazy Store has a whole range of stuff bound to surprise and delight the whole family.
Oh, I'm thinking about those blankets now.
Hey, the snuggle. A little snuggle goes a long way. It really, really does. We are simple creatures. We just need a little snuggle. It's as simple as that. And now we know exactly where to get the snuggle, from snug essentials to fun little winter touches. Bring the fun, bring the crazy. And the Crazy Store has everything to help you embrace the season in your very own way.
Yes, in my way especially. Head over to your nearest Crazy Store right now or browse online at crazystore.co.za and let the snuggling begin.
All right, so we're going to take the quickest of breaks. When we return, obviously, we'll have our news headlines. I'll get into some of those sporting headlines. And then we've got Carol in the house. An emotional journey laid bare through new music, which we cannot wait for. I actually shared a stage with Carol last week and got to see her firsthand with Coda Africa, the ensemble that she plays with, like award-winning fusion on another level, being recognized across the world. I don't think we know how lucky we are to have her here. Absolutely amazing. Cannot wait.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's true, it is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, right here on S3. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. Let's get into your 7 o'clock news to get the second hour started. Now we get into national news first, where the Northwest Department of Community Safety and Transport has warned against a scam preying on unemployed youth with false promises of traffic officer training. The fraudulent scheme, led by a man posing as Mr. Manswe, claimed affiliation with the MEC's office and reportedly charged 700 Rand for transport to a supposed training college. Now, several victims have come forward and the department's legal unit has already laid charges. Authorities stress that the recruitment process has closed, urging victims to report the scam to the police for further investigation. In other national news, two South African engineers, Peter Shane Huxman and Frederik Potgieter, are back home after spending more than 2 years in prison in Equatorial Guinea. Arrested in 2023 on unfounded drug charges while working for Dutch oil firm SBM Offshore, they were sentenced to 12 years, though a UN group later deemed their detention unlawful. After sustained diplomatic efforts, they received a presidential pardon and arrived to a warm welcome at Lanseria Airport on Saturday. International Relations Minister Ronald Lamola thanked all involved, including the families and SBM. In your international news-making headlines, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has voiced deep concern over the United States' precision airstrikes on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, calling it a dangerous escalation in an already volatile region. Now, the attacks, ordered by U.S. President Donald Trump, targeted facilities in Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. Guterres warned of catastrophic consequences for civilians and global peace, urging nations to uphold international law and pursue diplomatic solutions. Now, Iran has condemned the strikes, with President Masoud Pezeshkian promising a response to what he described as aggression by the U.S. against the Islamic Republic. Meanwhile, 3 people died and dozens were injured at Algiers' 5 July Stadium after a barrier collapsed when fans surged forward to celebrate MC Algiers' league title win. The incident occurred just after the final whistle, with supporters falling from the upper to the lower stand when a security barrier collapsed. More than 70 people were treated in hospital, most of whom were later discharged. Now, players and staff from MC Algiers visited the hospitals to donate blood to the injured. And closing off here, where the Khudom Dumo Dinosaur Centre has officially opened at Golden Gate Highlands National Park near Clarence, offering a thrilling blend of science, technology and imagination. Using cutting-edge exhibits and augmented reality, the centre brings to life some of the world's oldest dinosaur fossils, like Masodilus, as well as embryos dating back to 200 million years ago. Now, the futuristic scale-like building also houses research labs and learning spaces designed to inspire curiosity. Funded in part by the European Union, the 120 million rand centre empowers local communities through jobs and education while thrilling visitors of all ages. Now, it's a vibrant new gem on South Africa's tourism map where ancient giants roam once more through the magic of modern science. Absolutely beautiful, and yet another thing to add to your bucket list as the holidays are coming up. Right now, let's get into your sporting highlights. Here's G-Man with the latest.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's get the bad news out the way first. Let's start with cricket in West Indies. Skipper Hayley Matthews was on fire. She produced a match-winning half-century, in fact, to secure a 6-wicket win over the Proteas women and level their T20 international series at 1 apiece. So chasing only 114, it must be said, Matthews struck a composed 63 not out of 56 balls, rather, as the side crossed the line in that final over. So the Proteas struggling with the bat, managing just 113 for 6 in their 20, with Annerie Dirksen, 21 not out of 17, and Nadine de Klerk, 20 there as well, the only notable contributors. Now, speaking of a notable contribution, let's head to the Blitzboks A's performance. Their head coach, Philip Snyman, praised his team's efforts after they claimed the Rugby Africa Sevens Cup with a 26-12 win over Madagascar in yesterday's final in Port Louis. So the Blitzboks A team, they defeated Uganda 26-0 in the quarterfinals and then edged out Zimbabwe 19-12 in the semis to make it through to that final showpiece. Well done. Now we're building up to the next big Grand Slam, and it's on grass. And Carlos Alcaraz, he is on fire. He defeated Yuri Lasheka 7-5, 6-7, 6-2 to win his second Queen's Club title, now extending his unbeaten run to 18 matches. The world number 2 at the moment, he unleashed 33 winners and 18 aces in their 2-hour clash. Now with 5 titles already in 2025, the very much informed Spaniard looks primed for a serious Wimbledon challenge as he eyes more grass court glory, and he looks set. Now let's get back on the track now, and two wheels to be notable. Marc Marquez, he stormed to Italian MotoGP glory over the weekend at Mugello, completing a perfect weekend, in fact, with wins in both the sprint and the main race. So battling his brother Alex and Ducati teammate Francesco Bagnaia, Marquez, he took the lead on lap 9 to secure his fifth win of the 2025 season, and as a result now leads the championship by 40 points in a stellar debut Ducati season. They are getting it right. So as always, we will watch that space, but that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll touch on those headlines along with the news at around 8 o'clock. Roads should be up and running at the start of the week. Hopefully not too much to report on.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's check out what the roads are doing while we get started in Gauteng in Centurion, where there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound just before Summerand Avenue. Now, the left lane is obstructed, resulting in slow-moving traffic. So if you're headed out that way, please proceed with caution. Sticking in Gauteng, but we head over to Benoni, where bi-directional roadworks are underway along the R21, and that is in between Bapsfontein Road and Benoni Road. Now, the southbound right lane and northbound left lanes are closed. Now, delays are expected as we approach rush hour traffic, so do allow for some additional travel time. Now, let's head over to Cape Town, where there's heavy congestion being experienced on the M5 northbound, approaching the N2 inbound ramp. Do plan your route accordingly, and wherever you're headed on this Monday morning, make sure that you stay safe while driving. That is where we leave your roads for now. Let's see what's happening in your weather. Well, in your weather news, just as the Western Cape dries off from last week's chilly soaking, an even stronger cold front is heading in. Now, the South African Weather Service warns that from Wednesday into Thursday, the Western and Northern Cape will face bitterly cold, wet and windy weather. Heavy rain, strong interior winds, gale force gusts, as well as rough seas and light snowfall on high ground are all expected. Now, small stock farmers and residents are urged to take precautions, so bundle up with the warm blankets and your hot water bottles, like winter holidays are kicking off on the best note, but with a freezing twist. Now let's check in your sunrise view for this hour. We go from KZN into the Transkei, where Villy showed out this beautiful, beautiful image straight out of the Eastern Cape. I absolutely love that water's included on both ends and looking absolutely gorgeous as that horizon is just saying you're going to have a great day indeed, Villy. Thank you for participating in what is every hour on the hour, your sunrise morning view. 0630369649 is how you participate as well. And let's see what the rest of the country or even the world is looking like on this Monday morning. Let's dip into your temperatures to see what Monday has to offer.
Let's see if we can warm you up with some very good news. This Monday could be your big payday, and that is if you play your daily lotto, because there is an estimated 450,000 Rand in the jackpot. Let's find out if today is your payday. You can go and get your tickets. You can do it in-store when they open. You can go online right now, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. You can use your own cell phone banking app, or you can dial *120 *7529# for USSD. And if you missed any of that, head over to the Expresso socials. We've got it all there, so you can panda, push, or play your daily lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand in that jackpot today. Come on. The smile says, I've won it already, but I'll leave it for you today.
Every day is a good day to win money, but also to focus on our health. And when it comes to women's health in particular, we're going to see how we do that with the help of Phytoceutics. And what else is coming up within this hour? Well, we get to see Carol Thorn perform, and we can't wait for it. We've been building up anticipation to that incredible, amazing grace. And let's see exactly what she has to offer straight after this.
I love boots. I love like loungewear a lot. I love oversized jumpers. With kids, you know, they go around, they play, so I always make sure that, you know, they're durable, they last really long.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning, and right now I want to ask all the lovely women out there to turn up your volume just a little bit, because today we are diving into a rather important conversation about women's health, something that affects every woman at different stages of life. And joining us in studio this morning are two incredible women leading the way in this space. Laura Johnston, we know her well, CEO of Phytoceutics and an integrative nutritional health coach, together with Dr. Natalia Novikova, a gynecologist, aesthetic specialist and endoscopic surgeon. Ladies, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us on the show this morning. So we're talking about women's health and everything that goes along with it. Natalia, I want to start straight with you as a gynecologist. What are some of the common concerns that you find women struggle with when they come and meet you?
There's plenty of concerns that women struggle with when they come to my office. In perimenopause, menopause stage of life, women quite often complain of hot flashes, brain fog, forgetfulness, mood swings, sleep disturbances, poor libido, vaginal dryness, painful intercourse. Sometimes they just say they just don't feel themselves anymore. And it's actually really common. So there will be a number of women who go through that stage of life feeling absolutely fine, but at least 50% of women will have quite serious disturbances that interfere with their day-to-day well-being.
What do you say to someone like that?
I start with just helping women to step out of their inner space into the outer space and look at what's going on with their bodies and their minds from outside and working out if there's anything they can optimize in terms of their lifestyle. So absolutely basics: eating, physical activity, sleep, stress management, connection, some joy, and that's the basics of it. And if they can optimize the basics and it's not enough, then we would look into optimizing hormonal health. And of course, hormonal health sometimes needs to be optimized first because they cannot start exercising because they are just so fatigued. And that's because of hormonal issues or some other issues. It could be vitamin D deficiency or iron deficiency. So looking into lifestyle first, seeing a medical specialist to help them to work out what the issues are and what would be the best way addressing them would be my advice.
Very good advice.
Yeah.
Laura?
So I think often when women start off with perimenopause, they don't feel, like Natalia said, themselves, and they don't quite know what's going on. And I think it's important to address that and know that if you're not feeling normal, then go and see a specialist and pinpoint exactly what's going on. Do your blood tests, find out, is it vitamin D deficiency? Is it potentially hormonal imbalances? What do you need help with? And then you can take steps to mitigate that. It's really to, address these changes that women feel throughout their lives the natural way. So we're all about natural supplementation, high bioavailability, also less is more, so fewer products that have more of an impact. And then, we leave the hormonal support to the specialists.
Yeah, and there is plenty to do in terms of supplements for premenstrual tension disorders, so such as mood disorder before the menstrual period, for polycystic ovarian syndrome, for even heavy menstrual bleeding. So there is kind of a lot of supplementation that can be done before we introduce hormonal treatment for our patients.
Yeah, is the hormonal treatment, is that kind of the last thing that you look at?
I think its approach is very much an individual, and it would very much depend on the particular patient, situation, condition, and their own desires, or how they are prepared to address whatever problem they have.
And then supplementation. It plays
That's
such
why
a
we're here.
big role. That's why you guys are here. So for women out there wanting to find a bit more info, everything is there. They can go look at on the website, phytoceutics.com.
We do have a page on the website called Hormonal Balance or Women's Health.
I love that. Very, very encouraging to hear indeed. A big thank you once again to Laura and Dr. Natalia for joining us today and for shedding light on such an important topic. Be sure to visit Phytoceutics online and also check them out on their social media pages.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code Expresso for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
Thank you so much for that discussion. Right now, we're going to put the brakes on, and whether you want to or not, life is going to slow down right now because we have got the incredible Carol Thorns here with new music, and it's old music in the best possible way, reimagined with her incredible gift. Ladies and gents, it is a gift for us this morning. It is Amazing Grace by John Newton as performed by Carol Thorns. Take it away. Wow, absolutely amazing. Carol Thorns, ladies and gentlemen, there was a touch of the divine in that performance.
Absolutely.
Oh, my word.
I don't even know where to go from
You
here.
know when you've got to literally like shake your head after a performance to bring yourself back into the here and now. We're not going to let Carol go anywhere. We'll bring you one more breathtaking performance.
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness. I'll count down the moments until then. But we do have some things to fill, including getting back in the kitchen to make some delicious knotted buns. And they've got cinnamon in them. But also, listen to this. They've got a coffee glaze that we're going to throw on top. It's going to be magnifique. It'll wake you up and also fill your tummy a little bit.
And it's for grown-ups. I like that, a grown-up dessert. And then, of course, not necessarily for grown-ups, but they are welcome. Jack and the Beanstalk, the panto is here. Kickstart, know how to do it. Unlike any other, they are an incredible theatre company that are doing amazing things, and they are hitting the Baxter with the latest panto insanity. And we are bringing it into our studio. We'll see you now.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code Expresso for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's have a little fun this morning. For the first time ever, Kicks Art, theatre's beloved pantomime tradition, is making its way to Cape Town, and it's going to be giant. Excuse the pun. From the 3rd to the 27th of July this year, the award-winning production of Jack and the Beanstalk is going to light up the stage at the incredible Baxter Theatre, promising a magical theatrical experience for the whole family. And I stress the word experience. It kind of goes two ways. Now, William Young, who plays Jack, and Blessing Kaba, who plays Dame Flora Flatbroke, we all know that feeling, are joining us to tell us more about this incredible production. Can we give them a very warm round of applause? We don't have an audience like you are going to have, so just imagine this is thousands of people just going mad. Because it's the pantomime. We love this, and we love having you guys here. I saw you. I was going to say I love the costume, but I'm sure I saw you like this over the weekend. So this is just like, there she comes. There she comes.
No.
I love the fact that you're taking this on. If you're going to do a panto, this is a great one to do.
Exactly.
No pressure. Even the rains are blessing us right now. The heavens are anointing you. How much fun is this production, buddy?
So much fun. I think everyone knows the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, but the way Stephen and Kickstart have put their own spin on it and like created almost a South African version. Like, it's got jokes, it's got songs we all know and love, and it's just fun for everyone.
Yeah. It really is. I think more fun for you guys even than for the audience.
I think so.
And there is something magical about a show that is never the same, because everyone's got shenanigans, everyone's got almost a role to play within the role. So how would you describe your role, Flat Broke, other than being flat broke?
Oh, Dame Flora is such a hoot. She's just a cantankerous old grumpy mum who can find drama in every situation. She's always the most dramatic response to every situation. I love her. She's reminiscent of everything we love about our mums and grandmothers and just how
aunties.
Strict and hilarious that can be. Hearing
But
her shout
loving.
at Jack, but loving the whole time. Yeah, hearing her shout at Jack is just hilarious.
Okay, so set the scene for us now. Obviously, we know the story of Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yes.
I would imagine a little bit of tweaking here and there, but set the scene. What can people expect when they come to see this version of Jack and the Beanstalk, the Panto?
I think it's kind of like, so I grew up watching Panto as well, like you did, and I think the thing I love is it's like watching Shrek. You grow up loving it
100%.
when you're young, and then when you get older, you love it even more. It's like the jokes are hilarious for everyone.
They're almost more for the grown-ups than for the kids, let's be honest.
Exactly. The songs are absolute bangers.
Exactly. That was the most rock star you've ever been in your life. The songs from my Panto are absolute bangers, yo. And you'll have to go and see to...
You will. And yeah, even in rehearsals, we are just falling on the floor laughing the whole time. The whole time.
What is the Panto versus traditional theatre? What is it about this genre? And as an actor, how do you take yourself there? Is it a letting go? Is it more difficult? Talk us through the process.
I think of all the genres I've participated in, I've done drama and musical theatre. And there's always like this attention to technique and precision,
nuance,
which still exists in Panto. It is chaotic, but there's so much method to it. Like, it's very well planned.
It has to be to make the chaos work. Yeah.
But of all the genres, I think this is the only one where I watch my co-stars on stage and I am 100% ripped at what they're doing. Like, you've got to stop to get your own laugh out, and it's completely okay in Panto because everyone's there to have fun. But it's definitely the most unhinged of the disciplines.
I like it. I like the fact that you're embracing this.
Yeah.
And it's also an opportunity to welcome a new generation into the theatre.
Exactly.
And I think that's what hit me. When I saw you guys walk in, I felt like that 9-year-old version of myself going to my first Panto in the UK, believe it or not.
Yeah.
What a treat. And seeing the level of acting that it took to create this organised chaos, I get that. So your character specifically, tell us about Jack.
Jack is not the sharpest tool in the shed, but
as I'm sure the dame is quick to point out.
Mother's dismay.
But he always sees the bright side of life. He always sees the good in people, the good in every situation, and yeah, he trusts everyone around him. He's a lot of fun to play.
Oh, and I would imagine that makes the falls even more hectic, because you know what's coming. Don't go there, don't open the door, don't climb the beanstalk.
He makes all the worst possible decisions. Like, you want to scream at him the entire time. No. But it's hilarious to watch.
When that starts happening, because this is interactive theatre, it's a 2-hour, I almost call it transactional analysis. You could use it as a case study in psychology, but it must get to a point where that show has its own energy. What is that like as an actor? Because that's different dynamic to what you're used to. Do you love it when the crowd gets involved and takes over? Is it terrifying? Talk me through this level of engagement.
So exciting now, like it feels like doing concert work. But like I remember in my first Panto, it was so daunting having to set up that relationship with an audience. Audiences tend to feel like their world ends in that imaginary...
For sure.
Like screen between them and what's happening on stage, and you sort of got to coax them into their comfort and set the perimeters of how they respond to your calls. But my first Panto, that was horrifying. It just felt like
It's like a comedian walking onto stage saying, please sledge me. Okay, sledge me. Come on, I can take it.
Literally like doing comedy when you ask the audience to give you a suggestion for something and the room is dead quiet. But you learn to work with that energy and you learn exactly how to make that
what that
relationship.
sweet spot is.
Yeah.
Are there moments that are going to catch people in this play? Because there is always a moment, there's always a character, there's always something with a panto that just gets people. Do you feel this has that? What can audiences expect when they come?
I think definitely. I think one of my favorite parts about panto, and specifically this panto, is the way you can see the audience and interact with the audience, and you always see the people that have been dragged along against their will. And there's a stage in the show where you just see them having even more fun than the people who drag them there. Yeah, and yeah, it definitely will hook you. And
yeah, this time round, award-winning set designer Greg King has made such a beautiful world out of the giant's lair that it's just like going to be a visual treat. People are going to love it. Love the giant, love the beanstalk. There are a lot of treats in there that are going to be amazing to behold.
And we all be dreaming of them golden eggs right now, because we all be flat broke right now, and the ticket pricing ain't bad in that regard either. Holidays are coming up. This is a magical, magical opportunity to see some of the coolest, I think, undoubtedly characters in storybooks make it onto stage with a little bit of cheek and sass woven in. And yes, it's all right to say Jack is stupid in this one, okay? Because we want him that way. It creates more drama. Now, you're going to see some truly magical musical performances, a lot of jokes for the grown-ups as well. So don't be that guy that gets dragged there and only wakes up halfway through the show. Go in there ready. And yes, it's the kind of theatre where you can get involved, and we cannot wait to see the results. Well done, guys. We'll see them perform in just a moment.
I just want to know if I can borrow those rollers afterwards, please, because my hair needs some doing. This week, we get into something so good with a team at One Up Hardware in Strand, Cape Town in particular, where they share their go-to product, Plascons, Trade Pro Roof, and more. Now, this is a true favorite thanks to its incredible versatility, whether you're tackling roofs, galvanized surfaces, or even concrete. And their top DIY tip, well, it's that preparation is key. So take the time to clean and prime properly, and your finish will last that much longer. Let's have a look.
Powered by Plascon, today's handy heroes come from One Up Hardware Strand in Cape Town.
We are part of the One Up group. This store is about almost 2 years old, and we specialize in all building materials, decorative painting, roofing, all that type of stuff. That's a nice thing about it. We are based so centrally that we are close to many schools, private, public, and we offer almost like a call-out type of thing where we go out to the schools and try and assist in any way we can. We are close to our customers, and we are able to service them with the best prices and the best service we can. We pride ourselves in our service. Our customers are everyone. We try and stock everything from your entry level right up to the top-end products. Our relationship with the customer is very good. Number one, we're close to them. We can service them quick and with the best products available. What I love about Plascon is the fact that they cater for all price ranges, all markets. My favorite Plascon product would most probably be the roof and more because it's so versatile. So my DIY tip is preparation is key. Make sure you follow all steps before even starting the project. One Up Hardware Strand, making hardware easy.
Today's handy heroes is powered by Plascon Wall and All. Unmatched dirt, stain, water and fade resistance to keep your walls beautiful for years. Plascon, together we've got this.
We do got this. On a Monday, you need that reminder and that reassurance, so I'm glad that they could provide that. But let me provide something delicious that will definitely tickle your appetite. I'm talking all about the cinnamon nuts, baby. But what's nice, as Graham said, this one is for the adults because we will sprinkle a little bit of a glaze that's made with coffee on the top of that. And then we get into chats about agripreneurs and how they are the future of farming in South Africa and beyond. Great conversation and great breakfast waits for you on the other side of this.
Aches and pains creeping in? Don't let them take over your day. Reach for Enter to enter. Hurry, entries close on Sunday. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We promised inspiration. We're going to get it in spades right now. Excuse the pun. Behind every seedling planted is a network of support, a critical network driven by purpose, driven by technology now, and a very bold vision for a beautiful future. And with the help of MTN's 21 Days of Yellow Care and Earth Hub Africa, a group of young agripreneurs, we can call them, in Hartbeespoort, are reshaping what farming looks like using digital tools, market-ready training, and a very deep connection to the land. And here is how they are turning fields into opportunities and proving just how powerful connection like this can be.
In the heart of rural South Africa, a new generation of farmers is planting more than just crops, they're planting the future. With support from Earth Hub Africa and MTN's 21 Days of Yellow Care, 10 young agripreneurs are rewriting the story of farming.
I'm so glad to be one of the applicant, to be one of the 10 applicants to come and do their practicals and theory in Earth Hub Africa. My journey with farming, it started, I think it was 2021, so I saw that I should give it a shot. So I'm so glad to be one of the 10 students that are going to do their practicals and everything in Earth Hub Farm.
First thing that I have learned here, I will start about the thing that I've learned. I learned that technology can empower the farmer system and make them more powerful with their system without wasting time. The drones will manage the area, will provide you with the sector that you have to improve and irrigation. I think that part of technology can improve how farmers work.
Armed with purpose and powered by tech, these youth are stepping into leadership, into business, and into their own potential.
My name is Takani Mashaba. I'm the founder of Earth Hub Africa. I started this business solely because I realized that there's a huge gap and also an opportunity in agriculture. One, to innovate the space, and secondly, to make sure that we bring in young people to start interacting in this field. I think there's a huge opportunity to not only train young people, but also just to make sure that we create an opportunity the way we can grow our own foods. That's why I started. I am very excited at the fact that we have partnered with MTN. That's bringing in a much needed digital support, which helps us to innovate and automate our processes. It saves us time, and it's quite cost effective as well. I think the performance of the farm will be much better, and I think most of these things that have been stumbling blocks for us are able to be automated and simplified.
From access to land and market-ready training to digital tools that monitor soil and track crops in real time, they're proving that agriculture isn't old-fashioned, it's the future. These are their stories. These are South Africa's digital farmers. 21 Days of Yellow Care demonstrates MTN's network capabilities and its reliable digital and ICT solutions that empower these young farmers.
Oh, I'm just thinking now when we've got these little microcosms of development in these rural spaces connected by this beautiful digital network, everyone rises together. Absolutely love that. Kudos to MTN and kudos especially to the young farmers that are leaning into the future, the best of technology that's available, but also leaning on the best of what we've achieved from the past. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Now my stomach is in knots.
Hey Coco, yazi into James Nompo. Sesitumile cabanga.
All right, I'm going to challenge you right now to think outside the mug.
Okay.
Maybe a phrase you haven't heard before, but right now we're going to explore a recipe that just boasts with flavor and it's infused with Jacob's coffee goodness in the cinnamon knots with coffee icing glaze. Those words together already set your salivating going, right?
I've been salivating since you previewed this little number earlier. And I have been in knots, but I know you are a quick learner. Okay.
I would say so. Thank you, Gray.
Okay,
yeah.
no, you are. You're a really, really
I'm a
quick
baker
learner.
now.
You are. You're
Yeah.
a cook, a baker, a sports person.
Sports.
So we are making knots, which means that we've got to knot something,
All
right?
right, let me roll up my sleeves before we
Okay.
get into the knotting. It's a really simple process. I would say the whole thing takes like 30 minutes to put together.
Okay.
So this is puff pastry, and we're
is.
going to divide it into slices, right?
All
Because
right.
we have to create knots. And how good are you with plaiting? You do have a daughter.
I do, but
so-
she hates having plaited hair.
Oh, okay.
But I am
Can
learning.
you?
I am learning.
Okay.
I'm ready to learn.
That's
I think that
good.
is the right
1,
mindset
2,
to have
3,
in the
4,
kitchen.
5. Oh.
No, we have tried this a few times with varying degrees of success.
Okay.
So
I'll give you the two platter then,
Okay.
and I'll do the 3 platter.
All right.
And then basically
Then
you're
I'll
just
do it.
gonna have to pull them apart and then plait. So let's
Okay.
just join the top. And then, wait, before we do that, we should probably put some butter on it.
Okay.
Let's just go with melted butter and cinnamon because it is a cinnamon roll. Let's not forget that. Okay.
And it's luxury. I mean, you want something, we're eating a dessert here. You
Yes.
want it to be fortified, if that's a word.
Absolutely. Fortified with goodness. All right,
Okay.
so this is our sugar and cinnamon mix. And I think there's nothing better than like a sugar cinnamon donut. And
Yeah,
so
oh,
if you
yeah,
imagine
yeah,
that
go
here,
traditional, yeah?
Yeah, it'll be so good. It'll
Okay.
provide some crunch, but also the sugar will melt as we pop them into the
Oh,
oven.
yeah. Yeah, it's going to caramelize.
Caramelize.
That'll be beautiful. Okay.
That's for you.
Yeah.
And now I can actually plait. All right, so...
See, this would be where I would put way too much.
No, there's no such thing.
I see it with my son all the time. He's like, yeah, do the whole thing. I'm like, nah.
Yes, why
Do
would
the
you
whole
hold
thing,
back?
come on. There we go. Okay, that looks exciting.
Oh, I could probably have done it on the other side too.
I feel like you kind of...
Is it a
shot me in-
competition? Am I
shot
winning?
me in the
Yes.
foot because you gave me only 2. Something, it's like a,
You're just going to do a twist, a twist and turn.
It is.
I doubted your plaiting skills a little bit.
I
You
did
didn't seem
too, so
sure.
it's all right. I mean, I said I had knots in my belly. I wasn't
This was
kidding.
why.
This was why, yeah.
All right, I'm going to go in with a little bit more. You can't have enough. And I think it's nice
That looks
to play around.
gorgeous.
Doesn't it
I
look
mean,
good?
Mine does look like I thought it would.
Okay.
A twist of pastry. But it is quite exciting. And
It's
then
gonna
you
taste
just...
good.
And then you
I'm
tuck
just
it
gonna-
into a little...
Yeah,
Oh,
just kind of make a ball. This one is pretty big, but I think a big cinnamon bun is never a bad idea.
No ways. I would make a cake, a cinnamon cake like that.
Yes.
Oh, that looks really cute.
Oh, actually, yours looks better than mine, Gray. That's fantastic.
By default, by default. No, that's wonderful. Very big. Imagine how that's going to kind of
Rise just a little
bloom.
bit, yeah.
All right, so I'm going
Here we
to
go.
steal your little kitchen towel.
Sharing is caring. We're
It
family
really
over
is.
here.
And
Now
we
we're gonna
clean
go
up
into
afterwards,
icing.
okay?
Yeah, we do.
All right, so we've got...
Icing time. Okay, so let's get in with some Jacobs.
Okay, so you're going to handle the coffee duty. I've got the icing sugar, 3 in 1.
Okay, so let's get into that. Delicious, robust coffee is what we want at the end
Let
of the
me
day.
do something, please.
They are,
Let
this
me
is
help.
for a reason. It doesn't compromise on smoothness, which is what we definitely want. It is bold, but of course still balanced. And for true coffee lovers who want more depth in every cup, Jacob's 3-in-1 mild levels up your coffee game to the nth degree. And I know you're a coffee lover, and you love these too, Gray. So
I
there
love
we go.
cinnamon, I love sugar, I love
love
nuts.
coffee.
I do love all of this. And especially, I love mini whisks.
I love a
okay?
mini whisk.
The handle is bigger than the whisk itself, okay?
Go in with some milk. And the thing is, we don't want it too runny because it is a glaze that will go on top, right?
It's always like this with icing sugar. And you can always add a bit more icing sugar if you need to.
You can.
But if you go too far, that looks good. I mean, we could have even used less liquid, to be honest, just to reiterate the point.
Right.
It doesn't
just
need
throw
a
more
lot of
coffee
liquid.
in it.
And then we're going to drizzle, hey?
And then you drizzle away, and then that is what you end up with. Absolute goodness. And you know what? This goes in the oven for about, I would say 12 to 15 minutes. And then you have a dessert ready for you. So you can even do it for your breakfast. Wake up super early. Don't even brush your teeth. Get into the kitchen. Make these.
You do this for your
Then
partner.
you get done. Oh,
You see what I'm saying? So when they wake up, they're like, what's that smell?
Okay,
Is
that's
that
very
cinnamon? And then they have to do all the
That's
cleaning
why
up
Graham's a great
afterwards.
husband. I was thinking about myself.
Exactly. Hey, listen, I kind of think our house has become like a food truck, like a really
that's
good food truck,
beautiful.
okay?
Look at
That looks amazing. Hey,
I think your wife would ask for seconds if you presented that to her.
I think she would. I made her the dumplings. I made her the red
Ooh,
pie
from
dumplings.
last
But the
week.
problem is, I've been talking about it for like 5 days. And when I
Okay.
ate it, I was like, wow.
Oh, no.
No, it was lovely. It was still lovely. But after 5 days of pumping it up, it
Yeah.
needed to be like the
But
best
also,
dumplings
nothing
ever
beats
made.
the first time, you know?
Oh, completely, man.
There you have it.
So have we officially, as work, husband and wife, tied the knot now?
we
have.
have.
Oh, my
we
word.
have. And to celebrate, let's taste. This is our wedding cake. Okay, cheers
There
to
are
us.
some days, though, that I wish Tiffany and our foodie team would just be like bad
I
at
know,
what
look
they
how
do.
good
So
these
like
look.
ours would look better than hers.
Cheers,
okay.
G-Man.
Oh man, love your
There
work,
you
girl.
go.
That
Smells
looks-
fantastic. Let's
Oh, I
try
like
it
the
out.
drippage from all of the glaze as well.
I like
Oh, that's
that.
yummy.
It's not too sweet as well.
You know what it needs?
A cup of coffee.
Come on.
Look at us finishing each other's
We could make a
sentences.
cup of coffee in there. I think we could do it. Can you fit one of those in? No, that
So
looks
good.
amazing. Oh,
There's a coffee over there.
now, I don't know how long this beautiful cup of coffee has been
It's
on
iced
display.
coffee now. Why not?
Can I dunk it? Am I allowed?
You go ahead.
I always think there's like an Italian or a French person, like a French pâtissier, going, no, you don't dare. Look.
You're allowed to do
Ooh,
anything you want to, especially with our buns, and they're going to
silly.
taste even better. Can you taste the robust flavor of the coffee?
All of them.
Have another bite, Ray. Listen, and your guests too will ask for seconds and come back wanting more and more of these delicious Jacob's infused delights every single time. It deserves more cheers, more goodness, more dipping. That's good.
That's very good.
Creamy coffee in 3, 2, done. Jacob's 3-in-1. Wunderbar.
That's good.
You're right.
I think I'm okay. Okay, that was really delicious. I'm excited to get into Jack and the Beanstalk when it comes to their performance, which I know is going to happen in just a little bit. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, did you say panto?
Pantomime.
Pantomime.
Oh, if you've never been to a pantomime, you haven't lived as yet. And you're silly, like me. And if you are a little bit crazy and you're a parent who has kids and you want to blood them into the theatre space, pantomime is amazing. It's the most interactive. Don't cry about it. It's not that emotional.
Can you
I
tell?
know
The
you're getting
tears are here.
emotional about introducing a new generation to the world of theatre. No, you know why I love it? It's the kind of show that the kids will be absorbed, but there's something in it for the parents as well. So
How about
please.
the childless? Can I also go?
You are immature enough to tick both of those boxes.
And make
of
the
course,
cut.
we've got the amazing cast in-house, in our studio to perform. And then, of course, lest we forget, the Tastemaster Junior is back.
Ooh, yes.
And if you want to see the level that these kids can cook at, we will give you an example. And, of course, we are looking for that next extra special foodie out there to turn Insta-famous. Now, if you're ready to embrace that cooking magician inside of you, this is your opportunity.
Dreaming of the ultimate kitchen glow-up? You could win a fully fitted Easy Life kitchen worth 450,000 Rand, complete with premium Caesarstone countertops and 50,000 Rand installation covered by ABSA. Head to your nearest Easy Life kitchen showroom, scan the QR code, strike a selfie in your favorite kitchen setup, and fill out the in-store entry form. Kitchen dreams made easy. Entries close 30th of June. T's and C's on easylifekitchens.co.za.
Welcome back. Believe it or not, the giant isn't even in the building yet, okay? We are talking about Jack and the Beanstalk, and it's a right to poke fun at the cast because that's what's required at a pantomime. Taking the stage right now are two incredibly gifted individuals, William Young and Blessing Kaba, to perform a scene, just a little excerpt of Jack and the Beanstalk, titled Positivity, okay? They will make it clear, not me. The stage is yours.
Good morning, Mother. Why have you still got your curlers in?
I'm beautifying myself for a special occasion. The royal visit. Don't I look heavenly?
Definitely like nothing on earth.
Cheeky. Can't a lady complete her toilet in peace and quiet?
Don't you mean toilette?
Oh, I know what I mean.
And that's quite a dressing gown.
Do you like it? It's an antique. Over 100 years old.
Did you make it yourself then?
Stop teasing your old mother. Don't you have anything better to do than to make my morning a misery? I'm trying to make myself look my best so I can win the king over with my good looks and hope he forgets all about the rent we owe him. Although, why we have to pay rent for this cottage in the first place beats me. You know, the walls are so thin. Every time I chop onions, the people next door start crying.
Still, it does have running water.
Yes! Every time it rains. Oh, it's not like we don't try to come up with the money. We're often down in the marketplace selling our dairy produce and the likes. I was just down there yesterday, but it was so full. The crowd. It's dreadful, ladies. You know what I'm talking about. I was pushed from the front, pushed from the back, pushed from the side. I'm going again tomorrow. One thing can't be said for being poor, though. At least it's cheap.
Oh, come on, Mum. Brighten up a bit. Life's not so bad. We might be poor, but the sun's shining. The birds are singing. We've got so much to be thankful for.
Have you started working for the SABC?
They couldn't afford me.
True.
But remember what Gran used to say when we got down in the dumps?
All too long ago now,
Oh,
Jack.
come on, Mum. What would she say?
Now it might have gone like this. Now look at me. You see the space. In terms of beauty, I'm a basket case. And as for style and savoir-faire, well, I guess there ain't a whole lot there. But although perhaps it makes no sense, I strut my stuff with lots of confidence. And though I lack an awful lot, there is one thing I've got. I've got positivity. I got positivity. It gives me the zim and the zow and the yaddle, laddle, laddle. That's why I walk with the wiggle in my waddle. And once you've heard that word, there ain't nothing you can do. So let that positivity work for you. Of course, there's no such word, really.
Of course there is. It's in the dictionary, right between popsicle and pre-hysterical. Believe you me, I've seen it work miracles.
We got positricity. We got positivity.
It gives us the bing
and the bang and the yippee dip doodle. That's why we sounds like there's knowledge in our noodle. And once you've learned that word, there ain't nothing you can do.
So let that positricity,
no positivity,
positricity work for you. So with the vip and a vap and a ba-ba-poo, you can flip any flap till your wish comes true. The tip is to tap into something that you believe. So with the zig and the zog and the zigzag zing, there ain't nothing you can be.
Show off.
You see, it's really your prerogative.
You simply can't be negative.
And now we know that word. There ain't nothing we can't do. So go get some positricity.
You can bet on positricity.
And just let that positrinity.
No, positivity. Positivity.
Positivity.
Ah.
Positively work for you.
Wow. And that's why you need 7 weeks of rehearsals, not 6 weeks, okay? I'm going to be saying positivity wrong for the rest of the day. Now, we all need a little positivity in our life, and you can get it for next to nothing. Get to the web tickets platform right now to get your tickets from the 3rd to the 27th of July at the Baxter Theatre. The Panto to beat all Pantos. I mean, come on. It's Jack and the Beanstalk, and you get to shout at the actors, and they're this amazing. No, the tickets are going for a steal. Get your web tickets now. This is something for the whole family. The kids will absolutely love it, and by that I mean the really immature parents. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Well done, Jack and the Beanstalk. Woo!
Well, with just 2 minutes to hit before we hit that final hour, let's get into your 8 o'clock national news. We get started here where Western Cape police have arrested 67 suspects wanted for murder and attempted murder during a major tracing operation. Now, officers recovered 24 illegal firearms, including an AK-47 and a shotgun, along with 371 rounds of ammunition. The operation is part of ongoing efforts to improve community safety and remove illegal weapons. Now, SAPS credited the success to targeted patrols, searching and coordinated departmental efforts. Provincial Commissioner Lieutenant General Tembisile Patekile praised the officers and urged communities to keep working with police to build safer neighbourhoods across the Western Cape. In other national news, the Northwest Department of Community Safety and Transport has warned against a scam preying on unemployed youth with false promises of traffic officer training. Now, the fraudulent scheme, led by a man posing as Mr. Manswe, claimed affiliation with the MEC's office and reportedly charged 700 Rand for transport to a supposed training college. Now, several victims have come forward, and the department's legal unit has already laid cases. Authorities stress that the recruitment process has closed, urging victims to report the scam to the police for further investigation. In your international news making headlines, Italy and the EU have launched a joint plan to convert 235 million euros of African debt into developmental projects. Now, the initiative, aimed at reducing migration and boosting growth, was announced at a Rome summit with African leaders. Italy's separate Mattel plan also supports agriculture and energy across the continent. Bilateral deals totaling 1.2 billion euros include investment in key transport corridor linking Angola, Zambia, and the DRC. Now, progress will be reviewed in Brussels at the Global Gateway Forum in October. Meanwhile, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has voiced deep concern over the United States' precision airstrikes on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, calling it a dangerous escalation in an already volatile region. Now, the attacks, ordered by US President Donald Trump, targeted facilities in Fordow, Natanz, as well as Isfahan. Guterres warned of catastrophic consequences for civilians and global peace, urging nations to uphold international law and pursue diplomatic solutions. Now, Iran has condemned the strikes, with President Masoud Pezeshkian promising a response to what he described as aggression by the US against the Islamic Republic. And closing off with a feel-good story for all South Africans, our very own Tyler dazzled at the 2025 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, happening in Santa Monica, hosting the slime-filled spectacle with grace and groove while scooping the favorite Global Music Star Africa Award. Now, the 23-year-old Grammy winner led an electrifying Best of Summer dance opener alongside Benny Blanco and surprise guest Smurfette before getting delightfully drenched in that signature slime. That was a full-scale moment for Tyler, who once auditioned for Nickelodeon as a child. And she beat global contenders from 6 regions and joined big winners like Sabrina Carpenter. With over 30 international awards now to her name, Tyler's KCA's debut cemented a status as a vibrant force in global pop culture. And it only leaves us to say, what the heck? Congratulations once again to Tyler. It's where we leave your news for today. Let's get into that final sports with Gray.
I wonder if they did in the mic when the slime comes. Let's start our sports report with the bad news. Let's get it out of the way from our perspective. At least West Indies skipper Hayley Matthews was on fire. She produced a match-winning half-century to secure a 6-wicket win over the Proteas women and to level their T20 International Series 1 apiece now. So chasing just 114, Matthews struck a very composed 63 not out off 56 balls to guide her side across the line in that final over. So the Proteas struggling with the bat managing bowling just 113 for 6 in their 20 overs. Annerie Dirksen there with 21 off 17 and Nadine de Klerk with 20, the only notable contributors. Then on to rugby. The Blitzboks A team head coach Philip Snyman has praised his team's efforts after they claimed the Rugby Africa Sevens Cup. And that was with a 26-12 win over Madagascar in Sunday's final at Port Louis. The Blitzbok A team, they defeated Uganda 26-0 in the quarterfinals and then edged out our northern brother Zimbabwe 19-12 in the semis. Now let's get back onto grass where Carlos Alcaraz is also on fire. He defeated Yuri Lasheka 7-5, 6-7, 6-2 to win his second Queen's Club title, extending his unbeaten run now to 18 matches. The world number 2 unleashed to 33 winners and 18 aces in the 2-hour clash. I think he wants that number 1 spot. Now with 5 titles already in 2025, the very much informed Spaniard looks primed for a serious Wimbledon challenge as he eyes more grass court glory. This is going to be a phenomenal year for tennis. Likewise, when we get back onto the track, let's get onto 2 wheels now as Marc Marquez stormed to Italian MotoGP glory at Mugello over the weekend, completing a perfect weekend with wins in both the sprint and main race. So battling his brother Alex and Ducati teammate Francesco Bagnaia, Marquez took the lead on lap 9 and went on to secure his 5th win of the 2025 season. He now leads the championship as a result by 40 points in what has been a stellar debut for Ducati this season. As I always say, watch that space. Well, hopefully the traffic not quite as competitive or intense, but a couple of incidents to report on. Let's get the latest from Carissa.
Well, in your traffic this morning, we only touched down in KZN. Out in Chatsworth, a stationary vehicle is blocking the left lane on the N2 northbound just after Higginson Highway interchange. Now, do proceed with caution when making use of that affected route. And that is where we leave your roads for this Monday morning. Let's see your traffic, or your weather rather, for the final time. Well, just as the Western Cape drives off from last week's chilly soaking, an even stronger cold front is heading in. The South African Weather Service warns that from Wednesday into Thursday, the Western and Northern Cape will face bitterly cold, wet and windy weather. Heavy rain, strong interior winds, gale force gusts along the coast, rough seas and light snowfall on high ground are all expected. Now, small stock farmers and residents are urged to take precautions, so bundle up with your warm blankets and don't forget your hot water bottles. The winter holidays are kicking off with a freeze. Well, let's get into that sunrise view of the hour for the final time to warm you up just a little bit. And ripping KZN once again, Nancy looking fancy. We absolutely love seeing the mornings through your eyes, Nancy. And thank you for this gorgeous, gorgeous view of the palm tree silhouette along with the gorgeous colors of the sky. Yes, Monday is going to be absolutely fantastic. If you're in KZN, you're in for a treat. 24 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town. We'll get into your temperatures in just a bit, but let me remind you, we still have the rest of the week to get through. So 063-036-9649 is that number to take down to share your morning views with us as we look at your temperatures for the final time.
-6 in Bloem this morning. Spare a thought as they layer up. As you work on your 7th layer, why not work on layering up that bank account? This could be your big payday, because if you play your daily lotto today, there is an estimated 450,000 Rand ready and waiting for you. So go and get those tickets. You can go in-store as soon as they open. You can go nationallottery.co.za online. You can go even further online using their mobile app, your own cell phone banking app, or you can just dial *120 *7529# and get get the USSD. Easy peasy, and we'll keep the deets on our social media pages. That's the Expresso social, so you can push or play your daily lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand in the jackpot. Good luck.
Crossing fingers for you. I will
Thank you.
say that, and maybe my toes too. Final hour, let's get into what is coming up. Now, we did celebrate Tastemaster Junior Season 1, and we've got one of our favorites coming through, Afton Matase, and she's going to take us through a wonderful recipe that has some spice, has some pasta, has some peppers. It's a great
Looks lovely.
combination.
And warms you from the inside out. I'm speaking specifically to -6 degrees in Bloem. That does not look like -6.
That looks
That's like
like
a 32
100.
degrees. Yeah, okay, 100 sounds more dramatic.
I think 100 out of
It looks
100.
absolutely amazing. And then more inspiration.
Absolutely. ABSA is still supporting the youth and the generation of tomorrow, especially when it comes to the Red Hill Festival. And we'll get into some more of those details after this.
This winter, staying healthy is just a click away with BePrepared365.co.za, your go-to platform for trusted medical advice and helpful health tips. While taking charge of your wellness, ask your pharmacist about the Adcock Ingram OTC Winter Survival Pack, including Corenza Parac, Medicil, Exvigen, and Adco Napamol. Stand a chance of winning weekly cash prizes by replying to the competition question on Expresso's social media pages with hashtag AdcockOTCWinter. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Now, if you, like me, love to spend a bit of time in the kitchen, and that love of all the culinary arts is starting to really imprint on your kids, and they are turning into kitchen wizards, then listen up. We started a wonderful conversation with you guys this morning, and obviously being proudly South African, we want to emulate that. So we put it to you. What's your child's signature dish? The one they insist on helping with, and maybe what is that wonderful dish that would set the tone if they were to enter the Taste Junior. Nama Bana weighing in say, I love seeing the next generation of chefs in making my child's signature dish. It's definitely famous chocolate chip cookies. I don't think you're alone. Can't wait to see what they achieve. Now, I think a lot of us have discovered as parents that there is magic in the kitchen when it comes to the connection, the relationship building, the learning of patience through that process. There is something so special about being in that space. Leah Naidu saying, my 4-year-old boy just loved being around the kitchen and putting hands in any pasta dish being prepared. Well, stick around because we're going to be making just that. What I love the most about him helping is that he knows it's done by him and he doesn't have a problem at dinner time. And that is parenting 101. If your child is emotionally invested in that outcome, i.e. they've had their hand at helping you make the meal, they are developing really good habits along the way, but they're more likely to eat it because it's delicious. So I'm going to put it to you guys again. What is that one South African dish that your child has to learn every junior taste master should tackle as their first big challenge? We'd love to hear from you. 063 036 9649. And I stress Taste Master Junior because that is an opportunity for young chefs unlike any other.
That's right, Gran. Yes, I will be putting the question to our previous Taste Masters Season 1 Top 2. I can't wait to get into chats with Afton Matase in just a little bit. But let me tell you, this girlie just last year around this time brought so much to your TV screens. And it was the perfect time to bring her on screen once again and catch up with one of our favorites from Season 1. Now, she brought charm, confidence, and plenty of culinary creativity to the competition. And now she's here to share her journey with us just a year later. And then we're going to chuck into the kitchen and put her to the test with a spicy pasta dish, but not as much pressure as it was in Season 1. Welcome, Afton. Let's give her a feel-good welcome. Come on. My goodness, how are we feeling? I know that you're used to this sort of setup.
Yeah, it's been a while, but
I'm
adjusting.
That's great, man. I want to talk through your journey of cooking. Now, you heard Graham say that we put that question out there asking, what is that quintessential, that #1 South African dish that parents need to make sure their kids can cook? Were you cooking from a young age?
I was being in the kitchen from a young age with my family and my parents, and I wasn't cooking much, but I was baking a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Do your parents usually bake or cook, or would you take care of the dessert and then they would do the mains?
Yeah, so my dad is a chef, so he's a kitchen chef, so he's in the kitchen making food, and then I'll take care of the dessert.
Oh, I love that. And Dad is in studio with us right now, proudly recording you from the other side. And I love it. The dimples carried through. I see where you got that from. Very cute, man. And I know you celebrated your birthday just last month. Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy 18th. Welcome to almost being an adult. And so many great things are happening for you. But I know that you have to strike a balance sometimes, right? Between schooling, also your future of going to culinary school, and then, of course, your business of baking. So how do you do that? How do you manage everything?
So how I manage everything last year, I'm in matric now, so I have to calm down. My parents told me, okay, you can't be baking that much.
Yes.
So last year what I did was I limited myself to about 2 orders a week, and it was manageable.
Okay.
But now that I'm in grade 12, it's a bit hectic, so I calm down with the baking a lot.
Okay, prioritize the studies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I have plans next year. I'm not going to go anywhere if I don't pass.
Oh, my goodness. And I know that Dad, like I said, is in studio, giving us a smile, giving us a wave, looking at you. And you can kind of owe it to him to say, thank you, Pop, so much for leading the way, you know, when it comes to the chefing world. If you could say something to him right now, what would you say in terms of the thank you, maybe?
Yeah, I'll say thank you for being such a good role model. Means a lot.
Oh, man. And I know Pops feels so good with that. Well, speaking about next year, what are we getting into? I know you're preparing for something big.
So next year, I applied to culinary school and I got accepted. So next year I'm going to ICA, Franschhoek. And I'm excited. I felt like when I got my acceptance letter, I can just pack my bags and go now already.
wait. Just pump the brakes. We got to get through matric first. But we'll be there supporting your journey like we did with, of course, Taste Master Junior Season 1. And what an exciting season it was. My goodness. And you made it there to the top, girl. Top 2 is no easy feat, so congratulations on that. What made you actually enter?
So my consumers teacher, sent a message on the WhatsApp group, and then she was like, guys, check this out. And I showed my parents and everything. The next day I went to school and I told her, I was like, a bit wary about it. And then I got home that night, she sent me a message and I was like, okay, I should do it. And then I was like, I have nothing to lose, and I signed in.
And look how far you came.
Yeah.
And also that kind of gives you the confidence to take the next step and confirm that, yes, patisserie is what you want to get into. But what was the experience like? Did you feel a lot of pressure? Were you nervous? Were you anxious?
I was more excited than what I was nervous. But I was more nervous about my contestants, the people that I was going to go up against.
Yeah.
But other than that, I was fine.
Are you still friends with any of them?
All of them, actually, most of them, yeah.
That's so cool. Maybe you'll see them in chef school next year
I hope
as well.
so.
And I know that your dad's going to be driving you there, visiting when he can. And he also cooked with you on the show, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Tell me about that experience.
It was cool to share the experience with him. It was really nice, and all the other contestants had their family there as well. So it was something to share, and it felt like home in the Tastemaster kitchen, which was very nice.
A core memory being made right there for national TV to enjoy. Now, I know that there are also some people looking at you right now, maybe a bit younger even, saying, yo, Afton, I'm trying to get to your levels and your height. How would you encourage them, or what would you say to them to enter the second season of Tastemaster Junior?
I'll tell them that you need to take the risk. If you take the risk, you won't get the chance. I feel that you need to also believe in yourself, because I didn't believe in myself, and then when I did believe in myself, I got super far. Like, I came second. I personally didn't think I would get that far. I was just doing. I didn't even know what I was doing.
So wait, what was that feeling when they said you've come this far and you've got second place in this competition?
Sure, I embarrassed myself. I cried on TV.
That's not embarrassing. So many people related to you. Did your dad cry? I'm pretty sure he cried. That is so beautiful to see. How do you even stay calm under pressure?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know, we're going to test that, because we're going to put you in our kitchen. And I can't wait. What are we making today?
We're making spicy red pepper and tomato pasta.
Delicious. It's a dish you usually make at home.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll bring some of that taste love into our kitchen here on Expresso. One more time, I need you to encourage the next generation of Tastemaster Junior Season 2 to enter. So if you could look at that camera right now and talk to the youth of South Africa and say, enter, 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 what would you say?
So guys, please enter. This is a chance of a lifetime, and you're going to miss out on it if you don't enter.
Beautiful. Well, there you heard it from season 1's number 2, and in our eyes, always number 1, Miss Afton Matthys. Thank you so much for being here. But you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We're going to meet you in the kitchen. I know we're not baking, but it's going to be just as delicious. Everyone loves a pasta. Now, if you are listening and you're nodding away saying, it's me, I want to enter, go ahead and visit the tastemaster.co.za and then send us a video sharing who you are and why you love cooking. Now, entries for this does close on the 29th of June, so just a couple days left, and T's and C's, of course, apply.
Listen up, young cooking stars. Are you between the ages of 13 and 17? Do you love making magic in the kitchen? Then enter to be a contestant on the new season of the Tastemaster Junior and stand a chance to win 200,000 Rand. To enter, visit thetastemaster.co.za and send us a video sharing who you are and why you love cooking. Entries close at midnight on Friday, the 27th of June. T's and C's apply.
Yep, we're going to introduce a little of that Matthys magic in the kitchen right now. Out of their menu, we are going to be whipping up, as Afton said, a delicious, spicy, roasted red pepper and tomato pasta. It looks simple, easy to throw together, and a flavor bazooka. And then we need more inspiration, because we promised you that this morning. And of course, ABSA are doing just that with Redfest at the moment. It is mind-blowing. If you want that kind of Monday motivation, stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue to inspire, or at least be inspired by young South Africans. The youth of today are tomorrow's change makers. And this Youth Month, ABSA partnered with Red Hill School to bring Redfest 2025 to life. It's a dynamic, I think is the best way of describing it, a celebration of youth-led arts, culture and entrepreneurship.
Yeah, and Ayanda, the lucky girl, joined the ABSA team to spotlight young South Africans and remind them that your story matters. Let's have a look.
This Youth Month, ABSA partners with Red Hill School to bring Redfest 2025 to life. A celebration of arts, culture and entrepreneurship, all to remind young South Africans that we see your story and it matters. What does it mean for your business to be a part of Redfest this year, and what does that platform mean for local entrepreneurs?
It means just being able to be included in the art space, also to have the opportunity to collaborate with other artists, also just to give the exposure and the growth. So it's one platform that we know that artists from different perspectives in life come together. So it's just very nice to be recognized into that space. We have different products. So we have our DIY. So this is actually very great because then you get to take it home. You can even use it here in the space. So everything that you need to create a coaster, then you get to let your creative side out. And we always have our famous coasters that are definitely unique to your space because we handcraft everything. So each coaster comes with its own pattern. So most of our products, we pride ourselves that they're multi-purpose to fit your space, uniquely yours.
I make leather bags, custom made to be more specific. I use raw leather, and a customer tells me what they want, and I make it for them.
It's so exciting to be part of the Redfest festival. I mean, I'm going to meet new clients and actually bringing my brand and introducing my brand to the masses. So it's very exciting. I'm learning a lot and getting more feedback on my product, which actually helps us better innovate and iterate what we're offering. I believe that Ilanga Coils is literally the definition of creativity. I believe we're first creative with the ingredients that we use, incorporating African ingredients, and then we also mix that with cosmetic science. This is just a beautiful result to growing your hair and having it full like this.
As we move along from the inspiring stories of young entrepreneurs, let's head to the heart of Redfest, where artists and guests alike bring those same values to life through creativity, expression, and connection. Ryan, what has been the highlights of Redfest for you this year?
Well, I suppose the highlight of Redfest has been the live music. It's been a lot of fun. Nice to get out with the kids and hear some live music. So I think that events like this are so important for young South Africans, especially the music. I think that it's nice that they get to perform in front of crowds, especially while they're developing their brand.
As somebody who has become an art lover, I've experienced seeing the art. It's been so beautiful, meeting people with beautiful energy. Everybody's been so happy today. Sign me up any day.
My highlight has been the artworks. They've been amazing to look at, beautiful. I need to get myself one. And the music has been great. Really enjoying it so much.
Why do you think platforms or events like this should exist for young South Africans?
I matriculated in 2018 and I did not pursue art as I would have loved to because there wasn't these type of platforms available. So the fact that it is available for youngsters gives them an opportunity to actually delve into their passions.
Youth Month may just be a moment in the calendar for most, but for ABSA and young South Africans, it is a lasting movement. When we say we see your story, we mean it, and we back it by action.
Such beautiful work. I love the support that's happening between those. Redfest 2025 showed the power of youth in action. Now, big ups to ABSA for supporting and celebrating their voices, their ideas, and most importantly, their stories.
Now, more than anyone else in this studio, I've been dying to have a moment with this incredible young chef and future pâtissière. Stood beside me. Afton, well done once again on what you did in the Tastemaster Junior. Absolutely amazing. And just going through that kind of pressure cooker, excuse the pun, is often the make or break for most chefs, is you need to know that you can deal with it. So well done.
Thank you.
Now you're sitting on national TV making a recipe for the world. I absolutely love it. Before we delve into this, I've got to ask, has your cooking changed? Because obviously you had a particular style and the judges kind of lent into that. But it's been a while. Have you evolved as a chef?
I've definitely evolved. Tastemaster showed me a lot of things that I wouldn't normally have learned in my home kitchen. So I'm very grateful for the Tastemaster kitchen and the experiences that it taught me.
And it's nothing like out of the fire, into the fire, because it's full on stress. So there's no stress here. We can take our time. No one's going to judge you. We're not even going to score you, or maybe we'll give you a something out of 10. But so first of all, explain what we're going to be making.
So today we'll be making a spicy roasted red pepper tomato pasta.
Oh, I love it. If you're looking to level up your tomato soup this winter, I would recommend that the slow roasting. Why the slow roasting, incidentally?
So we slow roast in order to bring out the sugars, the natural sugars from the vegetables that will then counter some of the tomato paste that we will be adding later on in the dish.
Because often, and that's one of the first things you taught is when you're making a tomato pasta or something like that, a bit of sugar to offset the acidity, but you've got all these natural sugars there. Okay, so I'm assuming I'm going to have to blitz these
yes,
up.
Please.
Okay.
With half of the cream.
Okay, with half of the cream.
Yeah.
How would you slow roast? Can we do it in the air fryer?
We can. I love my air fryer.
Yes.
I use it for everything.
When you've got kids, an air fryer becomes pretty much the only thing you eat out of. But it allows you to achieve a flavor development quite quickly, and we want those beautiful oils in there as well.
Yes, we do.
Oh, I love that. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with kind of getting a griddle pan, I think, as well, to like blacken those, especially when it comes to the peppers, the skins, because that flavor profile changes so dramatically.
Yeah.
Okay, and then half the cream, you say?
Please.
In this kitchen, we eyeball it. You see, that's the one thing that keeps me away from baking, is you've got to be precise. And I'm like the least precise person on the planet. Oh, man, the smells coming out of this are absolutely amazing. And another thing, this is also quite rustic. So it takes the pressure off. It doesn't have to look restaurant quality every time you do it.
Rustic is an aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for reinforcing what I've been saying every day for the last 10 years. Okay, there we go. That looks great.
Thank
okay.
you.
Take it away, girl.
So right now, I have a pan over here, and there's oil in it already. What I'll be doing is I'll just be adding a block of butter to melt it down.
More butter, more better.
Yeah. So once the butter is melted or somewhat melted, we can add the thyme, the tomato paste.
And I love working with tomato paste. In fact, I love working with tomato in general. I think once you start delving deeper and you realize how many flavor profiles are there, from the fresh to the more developed flavors to that slow roasting to a soup, there are so many ways that you can combine a little bit of onion. But I think the red pepper tomato combination, that is a marriage in heaven.
It is. I love red pepper with anything, especially the tomato dishes.
And red pepper is the best pepper. I don't care. You can come for me. But no, it has the best flavor. Are you? Can you handle the heat, like literally? Because I see there's quite a few chili flakes going in there. I love it hot.
I also love it hot, but not too hot. I still want flavor. So once it overpowers the flavor, then that's a bit too hot.
I like it. You are learning things. If you are going to enter the Tastemaster Junior, I hope you are taking notes right now. Can you handle hotter food than your dad?
No, I wish I could.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the next morning it gets me.
You see, I have a running battle with my father-in-law, who I think started an allotment just so he can grow like ghost chilies, so that he can make me a curry every time I fly to the UK to see him. No one else will eat it because they know it's weaponized, but I will eat it with a sweat towel. I will literally drip with sweat.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so that smells absolutely amazing.
So to that mixture, we'll be adding our roasted vegetable and cream mixture.
I noticed with introducing the tomato paste early into that beautiful fat, the butter and the oil, why do you do it in that way?
Just so that it doesn't make clumps, because as soon as it makes clumps, you'll be eating straight up tomato.
I get
Yeah.
that. And then rather you get the flavour in the oil, and then the oil can go everywhere throughout the meal.
Exactly, so it can
Brilliant.
be evenly saturated.
And I suppose the same logic applies then, because we also do the same. We roast off our spices and our tomato paste to make a curry as well.
Exactly.
You see, my word. Well, this is turning into an encyclopedia for Tastemaster Junior. Okay, that looks and smells, most importantly, absolutely delicious.
Okay, so now that's sizzling and it's looking so perfect.
It does look wonderful. I'll get that out of the
So
way.
to that mixture, we'll be adding our cheeses. Cheese is very important here, guys. It must, it's the star of the show. Without cheese, I don't know what I'll do in life.
No, for sure. And luckily, we do get some great local smelly cheeses, because to get the imported smelly cheeses, it can be quite a thing. But we've got great cheeses. Speaking of which two cheeses did you add?
Parmesan and cheddar.
As you must.
Yeah.
Parmesan just sings with pasta. Look at that. And are you wanting it to kind of completely melt through? Okay, there we go.
Just lower the temperature
Yeah.
a bit.
I think that's the residual heat is
Yeah,
rocking.
so once the cheese is melted, then we add the pasta, and then the pasta will start to stick to the sauce, or the sauce will stick to the pasta, and then it's bone apple teeth from there.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think that's a great lesson as well. Like, I always mix the pasta in with the sauce and then put it back in the bowl. So you get, because the joy of having a penne pasta is you've got so many nooks and crannies. You've got the tube to be able to fill. Get the sauce in there.
Yes.
Don't play around. And I'm saying this to my kids who like my daughter and son, could be two different species. And she wants things separate and individual. She'll eat each individual component. My son, I don't know how his brain works, but he'll eat everything together with his hand, you know?
Yeah, no, that's my brother and I. So I will eat everything, anything and everything. My brother will be like, oh, can I have this on the side? I'll be like, okay.
Yeah, you see, and the problem is I call my kitchen like a restaurant, because I give my kids like orders. I'm like, okay, which would you like? Would you like this, 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 or this? But your house literally is a restaurant, because everyone in it is a chef. That is so cool.
Almost everyone.
Now, I'm sorry to be the person you're cooking for this morning, because I'm sure you would have loved to have been stood beside a Chef Clem or some amazing foodie.
No.
But that being said, who would you like to cook for one day? Who is that chef that you aspire to be, other than your dad, who we know you absolutely love?
I don't have anyone that I would want to cook for, but just catering for everyone. I feel like having everyone have that meal is a great thing to have.
I love that, man. I'm not the best chef, but I love cooking.
Yeah,
I
me
absolutely
too.
love being in the kitchen because of the human connection.
Yeah.
I know you will have inspired a lot of young chefs out there to go and do it, which is amazing. And it's crazy to me that you've done all of this. You're here playing out your dream on national TV. I'm going to say not just your dream, your dad's dream as well. Come in here. Now, don't look all happy and nice now. I need you to be judgerach. Okay, I need you to judge the pasta that has been made. Can you have a little taste?
Wait, I need to season it first.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so some chili flakes.
She said you can handle a bit more heat than...
Not that much, eh? But
You
yeah.
see a dad through his daughter's eyes. I mean, you must have had so many full circle moments through this journey. Being able to cook with Afton in that space and be a part of her foodie journey, what was that like?
That was amazing, really, to see how she grows, how she grew, and it was amazing.
Are you willing to concede that she's better than you now, or at what point? Maybe on her 21st, hey?
No, she's way better than me anyway.
Whatever.
She's better than me.
What if you had to say, we had Father's Day fairly recently, what's that one dish you would want her to make for you? What's your favorite Afton dish?
My favorite Afton dish is she makes a mean curry.
Really?
Very nice, very flavorful, and not too spicy though. But yeah, she makes a very nice curry.
Okay, well, let's have a little taste, because
Let's
this
have a
looks
taste.
beautiful. I'm going to be judgerach as well, yeah? Now, luckily, I love food. All food. I am like the ultimate taste tester. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, my word.
Terrible. Back. I'm going to do everyone a favor and make sure no one else is put through this.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm just going to take it to a safe place and make sure no one ever has to touch this. That is delicious. It's creamy. There's 3 or 4 flavor notes that land.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like it. When you started introducing the cream, I was thinking, but now you're nullifying the best part of a tomato pasta. Not at all.
Yeah.
It amplifies the best parts. You are really gifted.
Thank you.
This is what you can do with just a couple of tomatoes and a couple of peppers and some cheese. You are destined for great, great things. Thank you so much. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Man. Well done. I'm going to burst out crying in just a moment, so let's keep it right there. If you want to enter, if you want to follow in Afton's footsteps, just take the leap. As she said, you'll regret it if you don't. The tastemaster.co.za is where you'll find all of the information. Then we want an awesome video from you sharing who you are, first of all, and why you love cooking. Make it emotional, make it good, because we're going to have some good entries for this one. And the entries close on the 29th of June. The clock is ticking. Get online right now, tastemaster.co.za, and enter. And you can find the T's and C's there as well.
Listen up, young cooking stars. Are you between the ages of 13 and 17? Do you love making magic in the kitchen? Then enter to be a contestant on the new season of the Taste Master Junior and stand a chance to win 200,000 Rand. To enter, visit thetastemaster.co.za and send us a video sharing who you are and why you love cooking. Entries close at midnight on Friday the 27th of June. T's and C's apply.
This winter, staying healthy is just a click away with BePrepared365.co.za, your go-to platform for trusted medical advice and helpful health tips. While taking charge of your wellness, ask your pharmacist about the Adcock Ingram OTC Winter Survival Pack, including Corenza Paracy, Medicil, Exvigen, and Adco Napamol. Stand a chance of winning weekly cash prizes by replying to the competition question on Expresso's social media pages with hashtag AdcockOTCWinter. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's true, it is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you for being here with us. It's Expresso on S3. And right now we're joined by the gorgeous fuchsia goddess. Quickfire questions with cellist Carol Thorns. Carol, you look stunning. That's all I have to say. You look like a princess, like the fairy tale ones that we read growing up, living a happily ever after.
Well,
can you do a 360 for us? Can you stand and do a
Oh, yes, sure.
Please, just for me and my fantasy. Oh, wow, how gorgeous. And you said this is a local designer as well?
Yes, this is me, Stephen van Eerden. And I had to put it on because my little girl, who's 9 years old, would appreciate this. So this is for her.
Yeah, and it's for me, my little 9-year-old self. I'm obsessed. I love it. Okay, I'm buttering you up because we're getting into a round of quick fire questions. Here's your first question. Don't think about it too much, okay? Let it go and let your spirit lead you. If you weren't playing the cello, what instrument would you be playing?
I would love to play the tuba.
Ooh, interesting. Is that's also like a brass instrument?
Yes, it's unusual. I like an unusual instrument. Less
love
competition.
Yes, exactly. The one tuba player in South Africa.
Woohoo!
Tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee, definitely.
All day, every day, or just in the morning?
No, just in the morning. Very good coffee. One extremely good coffee.
And how do you take your coffee?
I have a macchiato or a cortado. Not too much milk. It must fire me up.
Right, the petrol.
Put the petrol in, yeah.
Thank you, I get you. Are you a city girl or a nature bae?
Well, I live in Franschhoek and I think I'm a nature babe. I'm out on those mountains every day, but I like a bit of a city. This is very exciting for me, by the way.
This isn't even
I've got
city.
out the borderlands.
I love that. Franschhoek is so beautiful.
Oh, it
It's one of my
is.
favorite
Oh,
places
it
to
is.
go. What's your favorite time to play music?
You know, I am a morning person and I'm a professional musician, so I'm always working at night, but I actually like to do a morning show like this.
Yes.
No, I'm good in the morning. I'm good. At 5 o'clock, I'm no good to anyone, and that's usually when I
5
have to go. 5 p.m., yeah, I'm done.
So
I'm
then
done.
you have the coffee then too.
Maybe I
One
should.
macchiato. You should.
Yeah,
You 100% should. What's one emotion you would use to describe your music?
I would say it's soulful, and I want to say sad. I want to just say it taps into to some sadness, which then makes you feel better. So I don't know if that is a good way of putting it.
It is. It's a healing process. You have to go through it in order to get out on the other side. It ebbs, it flows, it's beautiful. How about your dream venue to perform at?
Oh, my dream venue. I would love to perform in the Sydney Opera House.
Wow.
One day. I don't know if it's going to happen, but actually, let me think of another one. A square, a piazza in Italy, the bubble, people drinking coffee around me. That is the one. Yes.
Oh my
Forget Sydney Opera House. I've
goodness.
moved forward from that.
Forget a macchiato. Can we please get one of you in a bubble in Italy? Yes, we are here for it. Absolutely love that, Carol. Okay. Do you do weddings?
I do weddings.
You do weddings?
I have stories
you
to
do?
tell.
What's your favorite wedding story? Or maybe your least favorite? Tell
Well, I
us.
played in the bubble for a beautiful wedding, and the groom arrived by helicopter, which then landed right next to the bubble, which is inflated only with air. It could have ended badly. It didn't.
It didn't.
We made it through, all of us, the groom, the helicopter, me, my bubble. We are here today to tell the story, but yeah, I don't know.
Imagine you just blowing away.
That event organizer maybe should have, you know, thought a little.
Revoke her license. I just love seeing videos and images of you in this bubble. It is so surreal. And also with the dress and the dresses. It looks like, honestly, it looks like a fairy tale. I'm so obsessed. I have to ask about the mechanics of it, though. How do you get inside?
It is magic, and if I tell you, then we'll have to kill you. No, there is a zip up the back. Don't tell anyone. And I climb in, and then we zip it closed, and it inflates with air.
Can you breathe in there?
Yes.
Okay, wait. This
I
is
don't
moved
have
from
to
a quick fire.
Sip the air, like in those scary diving documentaries.
That's what I imagine.
No,
you just have a pipe running through the back.
I have air.
That's beautiful. We've moved on from quickfire now. Let's get back to it. What's your favorite emoji to use when you're on WhatsApp or wherever?
I'm such an old-fashioned loser, not trendy girl, because I'm so with the thumbs up. And I know it went out years ago, but it just, I can't stop myself
I will
anymore.
tell you. A thumbs up
I'm
is
there.
not, it doesn't register well with other people. It registers as passive aggressive.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm just like, Smiley. No, okay, I'm gonna
No,
have
it's
to change
kind of
it.
like,
What should I
sure.
use? What should I use? Help me.
You can use like the laughing, the crying emoji.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Because that means happy tears. It means all the emotions.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah. Just don't use the eggplant. I'll tell you that much. Okay, let's move on. Classical or contemporary?
I love classical crossover. Can I say a bit of both?
You can.
But I love to listen to classical music.
Do you have a favorite classical artist?
I do love to listen mostly to Max Richter's Seasons, which is like a recomposition. It's what's recomposed. Is the name of the piece from Vivaldi's Four Seasons. It just is. It just covers every emotion in the day that you require help for. It's just the most amazing piece of music.
I should tap into that classical
Max
space.
Richter.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm writing it down. I've got it. What is the last song that you listened to? And you can't use that song as an example.
Okay. The last song I listened to before coming here.
Yeah.
I listened to. I'm really enjoying For King and Country right now.
Okay.
And I think it was probably Burn the Ships.
Wow. I love getting to know you. This is so beautiful. How about what inspires you the most right now?
I feel that when people who listen to my music, when it reaches them in some way, that just comes back to me tenfold and makes me just want to carry on doing what I'm doing. And I had people like really respond to this video and tell me things like they hadn't been able to tap into any kind of grief around losing a parent, or just that it stopped them in their tracks. And you know, that kind of feedback, when I hear from someone who's listened to my small offering in this world, it just brings me so much encouragement that I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing.
She says small offering. This is ginormous, ginormous. We love what you've got to bring to the table, and we will continue enjoying. I know she changed the dress because, yes, we can expect yet another performance by the beautiful Carol Thorns, and we can't wait to get into it. But thank you for allowing us to get to know you just a little bit more.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, I think we fell even deeper in love with her. Okay, let's take a break before I gush over it too much.
Now, when you've got so much love and emotion and meaning, you're going to need a lot of storage, okay, to put all that in. And if you've not yet heard about Mambo's Storage and Home, here is the scoop. Now, I'm getting ridiculously excited about filling these containers. If you've ever been into a Mambo's, you understand what I mean, okay? They have absolutely everything that you will need, and a lot of stuff you haven't realized you needed yet.
They will tell you what you need to walk home with.
Exactly, and how you can pack it into the things. And the best part is whenever you go there and you think, where am I going to fit it all in the boot? Most of it goes inside itself. You can literally, there's like a trunk waiting inside there. No, I'm joking, but we've got some fantastic containers here, and they have everything that you need to make your home a happy and a comfy place, from the nifty containers to keep stuff fresh, because we often forget, and it really does help, and it extends their shelf life, to clever ways to keep clutter out of sight. Can I put you to work? Do you mind?
I don't mind. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love organizing.
I was going to say, if you're A-type, this is the vibe. A-type personalities, just be careful when you go into Mambo's.
I'm an A-type that doesn't do A-type well, but I will do this well.
There's a pasta scoop over there. I don't even know if that's an official pasta scoop.
I've never had a pasta scoop before.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just a cup to mix.
Okay.
And then you can choose the jar which you think would be best suited.
I would go with this one. This is giving pasta to me.
It is. And we've got fresh nuts here that we want to remain fresh. So let's see. I'm going to pop them into this guy.
Nice.
Okay, I'm thinking we're learning fine motor skills as we go as well.
We are. Is it a competition? Because then I probably
Mine
should leave
sounds
that.
better. Okay, very, very cool.
Mine has elbows.
Yours also increases in size. And it's not just the containers. They've got crockery. They've got amazing cutlery as well. Kitchen utensils, really tiny whisks, my favorite utensil of all. Basically, all of the everyday items that we actually do need and use around the house. And they even have a wide array of toys to keep your little ones occupied and stimulated, especially if you've got little ones.
Yes, there's an entire aisle dedicated to it.
The educational toys, sand pits, play mats, safe stuff that your kids can get stuck into. And my mom leans heavily. She was the one who introduced me to Mambo's.
Beautiful.
As a means of creating like basically a creche at her house. And now she's set the bar so high. When my kids come home, they're like waiting for the activities to start.
Do better.
It's incredible, man. But this gives you that freedom, and you'll be thrilled, most importantly, with the quality and the durability durability and just how attractive the homeware is. I mean, you can see how beautiful it looks, with especially with the stuff in, I think.
Yeah.
The best part, the lowest prices in every category guaranteed. Mumbo's now has 3 stores in Gauteng, Castlegate in Pretoria, Newmarket in Alberton, and then their brand new store at Bales Bridge Promenade, and that's in Centurion, and that opens Saturday the 28th of June. So go get there. I would imagine they're going to have some amazing deals. And do yourself that favor. Make your way down to the new Centurion store this weekend. Trust me, you will find everything that you need to make your home a very happy and well-ordered zone. And if you're one of the first 20 customers through that door, you could walk away with a 500 Rand Mumbo's voucher.
And you could go crazy with that 500.
You really, really could.
My goodness.
Oh, I love it. I like the slightly opaque stuff. I like the look and feel is beautiful. It's simplistic, but it's classy as well. Great deals, fresh finds, a whole lot of home inspiration, all waiting for you at Mumbo's.
I'm curious about this. What is this?
I know.
Oh,
Exactly.
it's molds. Okay, mini donuts.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I'd spend my 500 on.
Oh, that's what we are
gorgeous.
making this weekend like it's not a Monday. We'll see you after the break. Are these really little mini?
Thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, will this Monday be your big payday? Welcome back, first of all. And yes, it could be your big payday because there is an estimated 450,000 Rand sitting in the jackpot today, but you've got to play your daily lotto. You can get online, nationallottery.co.za. You can go in-store, you can go onto their mobile app, you can go onto your own cell phone banking setup, or you can just dial *120 *7529# and get USSD sent straight.
Beautiful. And if you caught none of that, don't worry, we got you covered. It's available on our Expresso social media pages. Go and check them out. And then Panda Pusha Play Daily Lotto for an estimated 450,000 Rand jackpot. And I'm telling you that you could win big, just like we've been winning today with all the wonderful guests that we have. And we got to close off with a bang.
I know, man. I would buy myself a bubble if I had 450,000 Rand, and I would live my life in it, just like Carol Thorns does. No, she is standing alone on her own stage at the moment when it comes to the South African musical landscape, and she is about to take our breath away with a performance of Hallelujah.
Another feel-good production.
Beautiful.